Okay, we're good. We're good. We're back. We're good. We're back. We're good. We're back. Hello. We are good. We are back. For some, I don't know what's going on. My audio quality has been royally fucked. I'm not sure what has happened here. I'm not sure what's happened here. Let me test something here. Let me do some filters here. Turn on the noise suppression. How does that sound? Does that sound better? Oh shit, the mic's peaking to high hell. Hold on, let me bring that down. Does that sound better? Clearer? Yes, no, maybe so. If it sounds okay, then we're good. If it sounds okay, then it sounds okay. Yeah, so hello. How's everyone doing? Sorry for the slightly tumultuous start. I really should have just done some toddlercore Nintendo music to start. Toddlercore Nintendo music to start is always the safer way to go about these things. So let's throw some on for a minute. Oh, so loud. There we go. Now we can vibe, as the kids say, for a moment or two before we get to the meat and potatoes of today's video. Glorp, thank you. Try Witchmaker. It's the only good IPA I've ever found. Dude, IPAs are nasty, man. I have yet to find a single one that I enjoy. They're all they all taste like socks. They're disgusting. I don't know why people like them. Valve killed Zesty TF2. All funds collected today will go to the funeral proceedings. I appreciate yeah, sell my items for me. And I completely forgot I had something else planned for today, so sincerely apologize. My bad. I totally forgot I was supposed to do an interview today at around this time, and it completely slipped my mind, so sorry. Hope you don't mind waiting until this is over. I sincerely apologize. Who would win a fight, Samurai Jack or the entire Albanian government? Probably Samurai Jack, if the cartoon isn't any indication. How much money would you take to shotgun a beer? I can't do that. It makes me puke. I'm not the one that can easily shotgun a beer. Not a fan of doing that. No, I'm not. No, we're not waiting. I'm not waiting. I'll do it afterwards. That's my bad. It's just something for a video. Don't worry. It's not the end. It's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. I really got to keep a schedule again. I've become so used to not keeping a proper schedule on, say, Google Calendar, and oops, I need to get back into that habit again. No, yeah, I've seen a lot about the Stop Killing Games initiative, and I'm in full support of it. I talked about this on the last episode of Idle Time. If y'all haven't checked that out, it's uploaded. It's been live for about a week now. So we talked about that briefly, and it's just a good thing, because it's not good to have really shitty business practices that scam you out of owning something you've paid for or have been continuously paying for an extended period of time. For those unaware of what the Stop Killing Games initiative is, it's basically targeting the really hideous business practices where game developers and game hosters basically sell you licenses to play a video game, but you don't actually own them. And then to that effect, when end of life comes for that live service game or that digitally offered game, they're pushing for those games to be available to those who purchase them. Like, give them the code so they can keep playing the game after the game servers shut down or they decide to take it off the market for one reason or another. Which just makes sense, right? Because if this is something you paid for, you should be able to use it after you paid for it and not just have it taken away from you. It's not necessarily a boycott, it's just asking for the end of these really hideous business practices. That's the angle here. Like, the idea is to make companies release the games that they made for use after they go offline. Because we have no control over these games just being pulled off the services they're being hosted on. Like, just on a whim, either by the developer or by the storefront hoster, they can just remove these things and then they're gone. Even though you paid for them, they could just be, you know, Thanos snapped out of existence, which is really fucked up. You know, and Casual on the podcast brought up a really good point where it's like this isn't just limited to video games, it's also movies and music and other pieces of software that you pay subscriptions for and you don't actually own them, even though you dump hundreds if not thousands of dollars over the years into using these pieces of software, you don't actually own them. And then whenever they decide to make a change to the software or pull it off the market, you're fucked. Something you've been paying for and have become really used to, say like a specific edition of, I don't know, Photoshop or something, like Photoshop 2004, like you really love Photoshop 2004, you can't use it anymore because it's incompatible with modern systems and you have to like back update to like an old operating system in order to use it, or pirate it yourself. It's fucked up, right? Even though it's something you may have fully paid for 20 years ago, you can't use it anymore. You know, that kind of thing. That's the idea. Being allowed to actually own the things you pay for is the angle here. And it's a petition. It has like almost the 1 million signatures it needs. It's going through, what is it, British Parliament? It's going through British Parliament, and it needs to hit 1 million signatures, and if it hits 1 million, they cannot ignore it. Like, by law, they are legally required to view the initiative and then give some kind of verdict or response to it. Yeah, it's an EU initiative. If it hits 1 million signatures, they have to look at it. They simply cannot ignore it. So, that's what it is. Yeah, EU, not UK, but same thing. It has to hit 1 million. It has to hit 1 million. So, that's the angle of stop killing games. And, like, it's so funny, too, because I tend to be very detached from internet drama and, because I don't care. Like, I don't care about YouTubers. I don't care about, I stopped caring about YouTubers in 2017, somewhere around there. And, like, anything that's happened beyond that, I just don't give a fuck. I don't care about streamers. I don't care about YouTubers. I never watch them. I don't talk about them. But then that Thor guy came across my radar. The guy, like, he very clearly fakes his voice. Just, like, I can tell he fakes his... As someone that makes up a lot of voices on my own, I can tell that he fakes his voice. So that's already a red flag. And then he went out of his way to intentionally lie and misconstrue what the initiative was about in order to, like, take it down and tear it up. What a fucking asshole. The, what's his name? Pirate Software, and he prefers to be called Thor, but he goes by Pirate Software. Oh, the irony of being called Pirate Software, and disavowing a movement to allow people to actually own the games they pay for. And, yeah. So that guy came across my desk. I'm like, wow, this guy fucking sucks. What a fucking idiot. So, it's pretty funny if you've been keeping tabs on that. Who would win in a fight now, Peppino Spaghetti or Wario? I've not played the Pizza Tower game, so I'm not familiar. Wario, I know, would fart on somebody and they would die, so that's a thing. Would this MVM update be the best ever if they random reverted back to quick play? I mean, who gives a fuck about MVM if they reverted back to quick play? Like, who would give a shit? Like, the MVM stuff would be a cherry on the sundae if they just reverted back to quick play with that update. Like, that's just, who gives a fuck? You know? Like, Dane put out a video, and he basically, his thoughts resonated with, like, mine and a lot of other people. Most people will not give a shit about the new MVM update unless they put new Australiums or new item drops to farm for. Only a very tiny minority of people are actually going to go out of their way to play the new MVM maps on their own without reward incentives, and then if they still monetize it with Tour of Duty tickets, they won't buy in, because what's the point if it's the same drops? They'll just go do it in boot camp, because why pay money? So no one's going to give a shit if, one, Valve doesn't monetize it, and two, they don't give new item drops. Like, it's not even a W, it's just common sense. Like, Valve would have to be genuinely retarded to not put new item drops in this MVM update. They would have to be a lobotomite. Like, whoever's pulling the strings on this MVM update would have to be a lobotomite. They would have had to have had a transorbital lobotomy with a fucking spoon through their eye socket to not put new item drops in this update. They would be fucking dumb. Like, retarded is not even a strong enough word to describe it if they don't put new item drops in. It's not even low-hanging fruit. The fruit is on the ground. It just fell off the tree right in front. It literally fell in their hand. All they have to do is bring the apple to their mouth and take a bite. That's how easy it is. That is how so pitifully easy it is to not fuck up this update. But part of me still thinks, the majority of me still thinks, that they will fuck this up, and it's just gonna be a copy and paste job into boot camp or into man up without new item drops, and it's gonna and then that'll be it, and then the normal Scream Fortress update's gonna come out alongside that. It would be fucking insanity if they do, but we'll see. Hope you're doing well. I got my results back from my biomed science course. Got a 2.1. I'm so happy. I'm assuming a 2.1 is good. Congrats. Nice work. Valve would have to be retarded not put items in this update. Bro, this is Valve. Did you watch the Warpaint? Yeah, we watched the Warpaint video on stream last time, and yeah, they are pretty fucking stupid. If they add an Aussie fish, I will take back everything bad I've said about Valve. If that's all it takes. Oh boy. If that's all it takes. Pull up the Eric Smith email. I mean, so Eric Smith in the email said that they can't disclose any information. And of course, that's, you know, it's beautifully vague enough to not go in one direction or the other to indicate like yes or no, we are or are not putting new items in this update, because they probably don't even know what the fuck they're doing yet. This is not happening until Scream Fortress, which is in October, so that gives them until their deadline of, what was it, August 27th, to not even think about it. So yeah, I don't even think I don't even think they know what they're doing right now. They just like, yeah, we'll put some MVM shit later. We'll get to it when the deadline's over, and then they'll figure out what's gonna happen. Code for, yeah, that is corporate speak for stop asking. 100%. It is corporate speak for stop asking. Yes, I know the goldfish thing was a joke. Don't worry. I know the individual. I know that it wouldn't be enough to get them to stop disliking Valve. Even if Valve handles this MVM update perfectly and meets everyone's expectations, I still wouldn't give a shit. Unless they, you know, fix casual mode by making it function like quick play, what have you. Did I really just spend $30 to ask some dumbass fights? Yes. Do I regret it? I'm a window licker, so no. Well, thank you again for another $5. I don't know. Hypothetical fights are fun, but then what was that channel of Verbalaze that does like the rap battles? Who got the really expensive commission of that one character from the Zoomer show that he caught a lot of flack for? I respect it. I do. I respect the like what was like $30,000 commission he got, that animation. Yeah, listen, I respect it. $10,000, whatever it was like thousands of dollars for an animation. I don't recall the exact price, but listen, man, you got your waifu. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. You know what? I respect it. I do. I genuinely do. Listen, man, if you have the money or don't, and you decide to do it for the waifu, you know what? I can't pass judgment. I can't pass judgment. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. What would make me spend money on TF2 again? If Valve made casual mode actually function more like quick play, and then by extension actually function to where I can play the game, where I can actually play the game and not just get tossed into a server and shoot people for 2 minutes, then and only then would I genuinely consider giving Valve my money inside of Team Fortress 2. But until then, I will not. Until then, I will not. How has been the Zoomer show? Zoomers hate. I can't pronounce that. Like fizzy pop. That's easy to say. Just fizzy pop. I don't know. That's I see like kids talking about it, and that's all I know is that kids talk about it. Sent my last note too late last time. Sorry about that. I'm heading to Houston, Texas next month. Survival tips. You're going during the hottest part of the year. So, don't go outside between the hours of 1 p.m. and 5 p.m., otherwise you will fry. It's gonna be extremely hot and extremely humid So stick indoors during the afternoon hours unless you want to melt. And those are Canadian dollars. You're really gonna fry. You're really gonna fucking fry when you head down there. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, drink plenty of water, wear a hat, t-shirt, shorts. Don't wear long sleeves or pants. You're gonna cook if you decide to go outside. Beyond that, yeah. Be wary of the homeless people. Be wary of the homeless people. And sunglasses too, of course. I feel like sunglasses are a given. It doesn't matter what temperature it is. What does everything's bigger in Texas? It means literally what it says. It means everything is bigger here. Everything is simply bigger in Texas. The women. The women, the food, the cars, the trucks, oh God help me. If Valve removes the matchmaking system in casual and adds auto scramble in, I will forgive everything else they've ever done wrong. I mean, yeah, that's part of the equation. Removing the matchmaking system is the number one thing. That really should be the number one priority on everyone's radar right now, is the removal of the matchmaking system. And I'm so happy because I had a chat with Mega Scatterbomb, who looked into the SDK, and I got some really good feedback on a part of the script that more clearly describes how Quick Play functioned and how it's not a matchmaking system. It's going to be really eye-opening for people that were not around to experience Quick Play, and even those who did experience Quick Play to have a better understanding of how it functioned at a fundamental level, and just how much better it is than a fucking matchmaking system in every goddamn way. So, can't wait for that video to be done. I'm really pushing for end of July for the video to be done. I'm gonna bust my ass this next month and get it done as quickly as possible. I'm gonna record it tomorrow. I'm gonna grind on the editing as much as I can. So, yeah. On that note, on big women, how is my progress on my love quest? I'll just say it's going good. My progress on my love quest is, it's going good. To put it as truthfully but vaguely as I can. Birthday's on the 28th. Dude, mine's on the 27th. One day before you. Thoughts on VIP VScript game mode with the summer update? It's not being added, first of all. VIP was not selected for the summer update. I know all the maps that got in, VIP did not. And if it had, it would have been a bad decision. VIP is not appropriate for Team Fortress 2, and it should not be added, no matter what. It belongs in community servers. It's totally fine, you know, it's cool, it's fun for those who enjoy it, but it's something that should belong in community servers, and it should not be part of vanilla Team Fortress 2, much like Versus Saxton Hail or Zombie Infection, or these really far removed alternative game modes should not be inside of TF2, full stop. Yeah, no VScript maps were chosen for summer this year. No VScript maps. I mean, to be fair, that is Valve's natural reaction to the utter shit show the VScript maps have been, right? Like, lest we forget, it took 2 weeks, right? Like, lest we forget. Oh, wait, I forget. Wait, where's my stream chat? Oh, it's over here. The fuck? Like, lest we forget, right? Lest we forget that for the summer 2023 update, it took 2 weeks. 2 weeks for Versus Saxton Hail to function after it was released. Like, don't forget that. And then the utter shit show that was Zombie Infection when that was released in Scream Fortress. That was a mess. It was buggy, it was broken, the balancing was terrible. Like, that's something else too, right? That's something Valve doesn't want to have to fuck with, is having to constantly patch these game modes with new balance changes. Like, sure, all the work's done for them, and then all the creators have to do is push it, but it's still, like, extra work they don't want to have to fuck with. And then all of the people complaining, like, wow, this is really like, Valve doesn't want that headache, right? So, are we really surprised that they're avoiding VScript game modes? No, I don't think so. But don't you know more is better? Why am I gatekeeping the Roblox demographic from TF2, which is a game engine, by the way? Oh, I'm so, yeah, because TF2 is not a game engine, nor is it a sandbox. And I think people got it in their heads for a while that TF2 is a sandbox when It's simply not. And it should never become that. By the way, that guy's donation was a joke. It wasn't very clear. No, yeah, a lot of people believe TF2 is more appropriate as a game engine than the game it was designed to be. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not condemning the existence of alternative game modes inside of community servers, or whatever people want to do inside of community servers. We've had that freedom since day one, and players should always have that freedom to host whatever they want inside of their own servers. But the vanilla game should not be changed to appease to these increasingly smaller minorities that simply want to play different games. TF2 is not designed to be that. It was designed to be its own standalone game, and diluting the experience by bloating it with a bunch of game modes, effectively turning it into like a sandbox Scaries mod thing, will only harm the game in the long run. Simply bloating TF2 with more content in general is harming it in the long run. We have 200 maps in the game. That's already insane, and we're getting 8 more for summer. Fantastic. 8 more, and that number's only gonna keep going up, it seems. Valve has not learned their lesson yet. And that fucks over them. That fucks over the game because of things like the matchmaking system. It sucks. So, by the way, new bloop means new bloop and video, and that's what we're watching today. TF2's destructive attempts for attention. This came across my radar as soon as it was uploaded, and I am very, very excited to watch this with all of you today. Very, very excited to watch all of this. I can't talk. Very excited. I can't talk. Hold on. Very excited to watch this with all of you today. So, everyone says it's good. His last video was fantastic. Bloop's last video, say that 10 times fast, was fantastic. So I can't wait to watch this with all of you today. So, this guy's editing is fantastic. I don't know. I don't know how he has the patience to do what he does. It's phenomenal. The work is phenomenal. You know. So, I'm excited to dig into this. So, are all of you ready? Are you all ready to go? And if so, we can begin. It's a 33-minute video, and we'll dig in. Yeah, his little sock puppet avatar has got quite the personality. It's quite nice. I've not watched this video yet, for the record, so let's begin. Closed captioning on for those who need it.
One of my favorite video games is turning 18 this year, and I'm quite proud of it. Huh? Why do I care so much? Well, a team got together and combined their talents to create a piece of artwork called Team Fortress 2. And me being an autist...
So, I'm really happy that he calls it a piece of art, because TF2 really is a piece of artwork. It doesn't deserve to be called just another game when so much work and time and effort went into its creation. Let me adjust the window here. So, it's a little bit more centered. There we go. Oh, come on. Come on, OBS. Good enough. There we go. Good enough. So I appreciate him calling it a piece of art. It's comforting to see that. My Yakubian ape, I need you to visibly pop when it happens. Oh, that donation is terrible. Oh, God. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate that.
The game has heavily influenced me since my early teens. I'm not the only one that has been inspired by it. Modern games have roots stemming from the TF2 tree, either directly or indirectly.
Yes.
So
I think a lot of us fail to appreciate just how much influence Team Fortress 2 had on not only gameplay-related things to many other modern multiplayer games, especially those that could be considered hero shooters, but also on video game monetization and everything Valve perfected and figured out using TF2's microeconomy, and then how that's spread out to other games, which I think this video is going to touch on quite heavily. So,
I think it's about time to pay my respects to the game by sharing with you. I admire you, so I'm glad I could do this. What the? What is this? This isn't right.
Yeah.
What happened?
I like the Meet Your Match badge, but it's fucking denting in the middle of it. Like, the fucking paint vomit all over it's great, but the fucking badge right in the middle is phenomenal. Take my money? Thank you, sir. I will happily take your money. You are too kind.
The
Oh,
version
Lord.
of TF2 that I once knew. Who put the Ricardo meme in TF2? And who keeps trying to slap TF2 onto everything? If it's attention that they want, then it's
I mean, slapping TF2 onto everything else, like outside of the game, it's of no consequence.
attention I'll give them. This final time. Eh? What do I mean by attention? Well, with the game becoming this old, and the passage of time slowly building dust on the game, on top of new game releases overshadowing TF2, some people have resorted to pimping the game out, either for a quick buck, by milking a trend, or by appealing to a different and newer demographic of the game.
How many of you still actively play Overwatch, by the way? How many, okay, so let's 2 questions. How many of you still actively play Overwatch? And how many of you started and are still playing? Like 2016 people who started in 2016 and are still playing today. Since 2022, I played it once in 2015. That's a game? It is quite spectacular how Overwatch tanked. Of its own fault, by the way. With, fuck up after fuck up. Some of them being related to balance, others being related to monetizing new characters and basically being pay to win. The flub that was Overwatch 2, broken promises, just constant shit show after shit show. So the ultimate end game is buy our sexy ladies, have some new skins. That's when you know a game is desperate.
Or even the less offensive act of reminding people that the game still exists out of an insecurity of being forgotten. Rewinding back the years before TF2 built up the pounds of makeup that we're not familiar with, here lies a beautiful game.
Isn't it? It's like, okay, what you should have done, Bloop, is you should have juxtaposed that screenshot of Christmas versus Saxton Hale with this. That's what you should have done. Put those 2 pictures side by side just to show a very small snippet and example of just how much this game has changed. I'm sure you're gonna get to it. I'm sure you're gonna get to it in the rest of that, but just it's so wildly different. Like look at this.
Up the pounds of
look at this for a moment. Absorb this for a moment.
Makeup that we're not familiar with. Here lies a beautiful.
And then look at that. You can't look at me in the fucking eyes and tell me that's the same game. Sorry, you can't do that.
Beautiful game that was truly a cartoon come to life, with a lot of love and attention to detail placed on the characters, environments, and gameplay. And that's even if a gamer has never touched TF2.
And that's, that is about as watered down as you can get for how much detail and attention and how meticulously the developers and artists and designers went through this over and over and over again to perfect TF2's visual style and their endgame vision goal of the beautiful end result that is this game. It cannot be overstated just how hard they worked on this to give us the game we all still love, right? Like that's why people still come for TF2. Is the base beautiful game that, like, we don't come for fucking Christmas Saxton Hale. We don't come for the fucking neon Santa Claus party hat. We come for the shit they made and released in 2007.
They have no doubt heard of it, or seen a piece of it from how influential it became. We soon got the ability of being able to customize our classes. These hats were simple and cute. However,
2009.
I must address the smoking gun behind TF2's current situation. I was not around during this era of TF2. I joined around 2011, but there were players that—
Well, I mean, joining in 2011, you didn't miss too much. You got in right when the game went free to play. A shitload of weapons were added since then, but also a lot of cosmetics. But even then, compared to today, it was very, 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 very tame compared to what we have now.
That disagreed with the inclusion of these hats back in 2009, as they clashed with the art style by adding unnecessary—
When hats first dawned on us, I thought, okay, so Valve's gonna give us a bit of a way to define the characters, and gnarly, maybe Valve released more to further the emphasis of the personalities of each character. That wish came true with Valve's second hat release. I was pretty content with just that little number of hats. I didn't think the game needed any more. Then Valve put the game into the hands of a pack of witless corn husks known as the Community. Hats were being created without any vision of the original style of the game in mind, as I watched as the game become a hat store. 13 years ago, by the way. Over that, more than 13 years ago. Like, let us not forget. Let us not forget. This shit has been being said ever since they started putting hats in the game. Like, these, like, the arguments that I've been making in terms of protecting TF2's art style and preserving the game for what it is, right? These aren't new ideas. These aren't manifestations for the sake of clout chasing or for the sake of making arguments. People have been pointing out the obvious for almost the entire time TF2 has had cosmetics in its game, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse to the point to where it's fucking unignorable to how bad it's become, right? These are not new ideas and concepts. So whenever someone says, oh, it's just a modern view of the game, it's just a bunch of bullshit, no, people have been making these arguments and have had these concerns for a very, very long time.
Very detailed to the game. I know I will come off as being biased, but my version of TF2 was established after the hats had their day. So to me, the inclusion of hats seemed normal to me. I embraced these cosmetics, as they were already here. However, I completely understand that the earliest of players would argue that this one addition ruined the game. Please hold the same sentiment for my upcoming points.
It's a very gradational thing, isn't it? Very, very gradational. Just how extreme it got with every passing year, right? Like, because I'm in Bloop's boat here. Like, looking back, you know, around when I started playing consistently in 2010, you know, by then, hats were already in the game. They were already a mainstay, but they were still, like, tame, right? Like, looking at some of the original hats in the game, the original lineup of hats down here in the lower right, look at how tame that is compared to what we get today. Like, just compare. Like, that's nothing. Like, you couldn't even consider that a blemish if you really wanted to, like, twist my arm. I would not even concede that those are a blemish compared to the crap we deal with today, right? For someone who started playing the game in 2007, yeah, absolutely. They would consider that a blemish on the already beautiful game, and many still do. But, my god, I would much rather go back to how things were back in 2011 than the crap we have now. Don't put a crab in boiling water, it'll run away. You gotta put the crab in regular water, then slowly heat it up. Kind of the same with hats. No, yeah, it's a gradational thing. You stretch it out over a long period of time, and people won't really pick up on it unless people juxtapose old eras of the game with new eras of the game. And then people will go, huh, that is actually really bad, isn't it?
An old player can have valid concerns over specific content getting added to the game. That could cause TF2 to lose its vision. Besides the hats, we got consistent updates of new weapons
and that's something I'm glad that he points that out too, because of course Valve has the final say. Valve has the final say on what gets added in their game, full stop. Yes, but they consistently return to the same small group of creators over and over again, and it's undeniable, unignorable, that they absolutely have influence over what gets added to the game simply because Valve consistently picks from them. And they know they can get away with whatever the fuck they want because Valve's just gonna pick it anyways, because it's a convenience for Valve. And so naturally, they will have control over what gets put in the game. And they don't have to have any regard to the game's art style because Valve doesn't hold them to that standard. They pick their shit anyways, right? This is why I've been consistently saying, for years now, the responsibility goes both ways. Valve might pick the items, but the community makes them. Not even the community at large. A small group of people makes them, right? And you'd think, if you genuinely love and appreciate the game for what it is, you would at least loosely attempt to make content that adheres to its original tones, themes, and stylization. Even those that started to be established after 2011, like even just the earlier stages of the game, at least adhere to that. But they can't even be asked to do that either, right? That's the frustrating thing, and that's what's so frustrating for us as the common player, where we just have no control. Like, we have no input on this. Like, even if our votes mattered on the workshop, right? That wouldn't help anything. They don't matter. They don't matter. Like, votes on the workshop don't matter, except by boosting visibility for Valve and maybe increasing the chances of something getting added. And I've shown that in the videos that I've made. You know, with my, like, this is my summer wish list, or my Scream Fortress wish list, where I put, you know, our Smithmas wish list, where I put items in a video, and then those got traction, and then Valve added them. Like, it's an unignorable result. My videos did influence some items getting added into the game. It boosted their visibility, right? So, yeah. Yeah, and it's not what people are voting for. Like people, like we didn't ask for the fucking shitty Christmas hat. Like we didn't vote for these things. We as the common player have basically zero influence over what gets placed into the game, and that is immensely frustrating. Like we have no say at all.
Gameplay mechanics. And the community was making quality and funny content based on their love for the characters. The game and the community was never meant to be taken too seriously. Since the beginning, we had a Street Fighter reference. One of the first trailers ended off like this. Our memes started out like this. We had some silly, and the sillier stuff would usually be kept secret until the full moon came out. To me, this was Team Fortress.
A little wacky is funny. That's the hard line. A little wacky is funny. Rare, but acceptable. Should not have ever been the norm, ever. Ever. Like just a little bit, like a little gag here and there, like, you know, the fucking Street Fighter reference, that's like a little thing. But like, I mean, of course I'm gonna point to the fucking giant banana hat. Like, as soon as something like that gets put in the game, it's all bets are off. It's out of the window.
2. This world had caught my attention when I wanted something fun and casual to play. If the players and fans wanted something different, then they were welcome to create their own worlds and rules on their own.
Exactly!
However,
exactly! We always had the freedom to do that!
Can only get a corporation so far. The numbers weren't good enough for Valve. It was not drawing the same amount of attention that CSGO, Dota, or League of Legends had achieved. In their efforts to bring it to the attention of more players, TF2 had to be repainted into looking something that looked like an esport. Valve wanted to change TF2.
I don't need to. I don't need to say anything. I don't need to say shit. It's just true. Like it is just true, right? So. But I think something else should be acknowledged here. That I think in that it was so half-assed, right? It's so half-assed. Valve's attempt to turn TF2 into an esport, because like by 2012, 2013, Valve had more or less accepted that like, okay, yeah, this game isn't really gonna grow, just like Counter-Strike and Dota are. So we're gonna place all of our eggs in those baskets. And then once they realized and like kept nurturing those two games and they fucking explode, they're like, okay, yeah, now maybe we can retroactively go back and do that for Team Fortress 2, right? Like, obviously the end goal is growth, and growth means dollars and profit, all that jazz, but like it cannot be stressed and it cannot be over-exaggerated just how half-assed it all was on Valve's part by just mimicking what they had done for Counter-Strike or Dota without really a second thought.
More.
Or maybe they had a second thought, but higher up said, haha, no, you don't get to think, little pity employee. Do it.
Competitive. By feeding the players a strict and half-baked diet, we were disgusted at the sudden and disastrous change of our original meal, which was the cheeseburger that we enjoyed since the very beginning. This was the biggest moment in which TF2 had truly begun to lose sight of what it once was.
I think by now, there's no possible way to defend any of the outcomes of Meet Your Match, even the ones we feel today. Because beyond the map menu and the badge that you can click and your level that goes up and gives you dopamine, besides those two things, no other aspect from Meet Your Match or casual mode is in any way defensible. There is no serious argument defending any aspect of casual mode and its functionality. None. Other, again, than the map mode and the fucking badge, which have absolutely nothing to do with the gameplay itself. None. And I think the overwhelming majority of players now understand, at least at some level, casual mode needs to be changed. Somehow. We can argue until Kingdom Come as to the severity of the changes that are needed, but at least all of us can acknowledge that casual mode fucking sucks. It does. It is a consistently miserable experience, even in high population regions. Constant steamrolls, endless 5-minute or less play sessions. You can't even play 5 Control Point at King of the Hill unless you want to play for 2 minutes, like 2-minute spurts. That blows. Can only play fucking Payload and Dust Bowl, maps that are long and let you play for more than 10 minutes even if the game is a stomp. It fucking sucks. And the game didn't used to behave like that. That's the best part. It was never a problem until this fucking update, which should have been reverted immediately. But, you know, Valve being Valve, they fucked off.
While a pretty good argument could be made about the first few hats leading TF2 astray, they initially fit with the tone of the game and the characters' personalities, and
I don't know about the beanie hat or the football helmet. The rest, sure. But the beanie for Pyro, it's a little... They could have done... Like, the fireman's helmet. The fireman helmet would have been a much better choice for the Pyro as the first hat. And then the football helmet, that should have been the Ashanka as the first one. The football helmet, makes no sense. This is too purist. Listen, I don't think we can be pure enough about this game anymore. Like, the game is so fucking far gone. It's like, I would rather take 07 TF2 than what we have now. I don't even think you can do the, you're being a purist argument, because, like, it makes you look like you're arguing for lime green paint. Oh, God.
Effort was made to have their inclusion mesh with the rest of the game. I consider Meet Your Match a bigger travesty, as it outright compromised the gameplay and community servers.
Absolutely.
Valve's failure to draw in more players to
Absolutely. Things that negatively impact gameplay are far worse than things that are cosmetic.
More revenue out of TF2 came at the expense of the current players. Some weapons are still worthless to this very day, unless you're doing a dumbass challenge. The game was borderline unplayable, load times were unbearable, and the biggest advertised features did not even work. I would hope
load times are still unbearable for anything
story.
other than payload.
Instead of adding on to our favorite cheeseburger, Valve decided to make macaroni and cheese with competitive players and feed that to us instead.
Poor Banny, that fucking... Oh, that picture of Banny will die when the game dies, man. It's gonna cycle around forever. What were you... Like, do we have context for why Banny made that face? I wasn't even there for that stream. Oh, God. That is a beautiful image of Banny. I hope it never goes away. It's a food analogy, by the way. We love food analogies here. We love them. We love food analogies so much.
We got... blacklisted. The stain hasn't been completely left to fester, but the attempts to clean it up were insignificant to bring TF2 back to its former glory.
Yeah.
One group's version of TF2 proved unhealthy for the identity of the game when it was
It wasn't these players' interaction with the game that was the problem, it was when their way of interacting with the game was added officially that was the problem. Yes.
Officially added.
True.
So instead, what if TF2 leaned heavily into one of its features? What if it became sillier? Then we get this as well. We get random stickers from Five Below, placed all over this
Yeah, that's a really good analogy. It's like a fucking toddler sticker book. Ah, fuck it. We couldn't make the game competitive. Lean into the garbage that kids like. I mean, yeah, that was the next logical step. Because God forbid Valve actually perform any kind of effort or work on this game. Nah, fuck that. We'll just give people more toys and jingle some keys in their faces to keep the gears turning. It's just true. Oh my God, these hats suck, by the way. They're terrible.
Piece of work as a result of seeking for attention. Let me elaborate. If Valve wanted TF2 to become like the other esports for the sake of getting more exposure and money, then the workshop would become no different in wanting their items to become like the other accepted items for the sake of getting recognized and paid. If Valve decided to add feces into the game, then the workshop will oblige by creating piss. If Valve later decides to randomly add gold into the game, then the workshop will follow suit by creating rubies. Mostly in the name of following what has already grabbed Valve's attention.
Yes, because Valve sets the standard, and you think that out of the goodness and love for the game, as many of these workshoppers claim to have, that they would just do that without provocation, but because they make things in a reactionary way, based on what gets accepted, that consistently shows that the ones that get items accepted do it for the money. Make no mistake, they do it for the money. And a Valve paycheck is nothing to shake a stick at. It's a lot of money. A lot more than I think I've ever found out. Because I've only been told direct revenue from 5 or 6 different workshoppers over the years. Some make a lot of livable, more than livable amounts of money from getting stuff accepted into the game. Even today at like the lowest point in the game's history, people still make shitloads of money off items getting accepted. Like, when one guy gets 3 or 4 items accepted into every single case, he's making like 20 grand in the first month. Like, and that's just the first month, right? So, and then all the other consecutive months, of course, revenue tapers off after that, but people make a living off of this game. Hence why item creation is reactionary instead of done with care.
We already have silly stuff in the game. You can have a squid out of your head. Why is this stuff bad now? Just let it in.
Well, instead of having a large number of kid stickers placed all over the game at a time, we had some subtle and wacky items.
I love that argument too, by the way. I don't love the argument. I love when people make the argument, oh, like, we've already, and I'm going to use casual as analogy here. Oh, someone already pissed on the living room rug. There's already piss there, so why not just let more people piss on the living room rug? It's fine. It's already there. Why do you care? There's already piss there. No. How about maybe we don't piss on the rug anymore? And maybe clean up the piss that's there? Like, the casuals analogy of calling TF2 a well-built house, a well-built, beautiful house, that analogy is evergreen. It is the best one that's ever been made in regards to how Team Fortress 2 has been treated by Valve and the people that make items for it. It's just true. TF2 is a big, beautiful house with all the decorations, the flooring, the curtains. It's a beautiful home, and then the door's left open, someone walks in and takes a hot fucking piss on the rug. But because the house doesn't burst into flames, the house doesn't collapse around that person's ears, that person now thinks, man, this house was made for pissing on. And then they keep pissing on it, as if though it was a toilet. So why are you mad? The house is clearly a toilet. I can pee on it, and you can still live in the house. So why are you upset? That's the logic being used by these people that say, oh, we already have wacky hats in the game, so what does it matter if we add more?
Were either small, matched with the class's personalities, or the more gaudy items were either Halloween restricted or very rare to even see or have normally. But the idea of letting just anything into the game is a horrible idea. Just because you're—
That's not in the game, by the way, but could you imagine if it was?
You have 2 tattoos on your body doesn't mean it's time to get a 3rd Family Guy tattoo.
Trends. The name of the game for the workshop is Trends. Do what Valve picks, cause you get money. 2 fat guy cosmetics. Fucking every mercenary is fat now.
So much content in the workshop. Of course I'm gonna be pissed if something worthless gets put into the game when we could've had this instead. Besides,
I love bread. We got me a bread shoes. Oh, we love bread shoes and bread crab. Have bread, eat bread. We love bread. Oh, I fucking love gooey, ooey, gooey, tumor-infested bread. Funny, make a hat out of everything. Bread shirt, bread Ushanka, bread captain. Fuck it, everything's bread now.
Far into a single aspect of anything has proven to be able to harm the identity of the original, or even trying to invoke memories of days long ago, can come off as forced. Trying to be relevant is synonymous with fishing for attention. Look everyone, we have a pot on Soldier's head. Upvote my flower pot hat. You can't get upset at this item. The Soldier has always been the random thing on head guy. Hey look! Season 1 of SpongeBob had some close-ups and gross out humor. Time to redo that again and again and again.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only person that noticed that, because like when the handling of SpongeBob went from really good writing and really solid one-off gags, and now they just lean into making the next meme. They only want the next meme. They want the next viral moment in order for it to blow up on social media and make SpongeBob relevant again for all the people that used to watch it as kids. I wonder, like, kids don't even really watch Nickelodeon anymore, do they? They all watch whatever's on YouTube. It's kind of like Disney syndrome. I watched a video, I swear this is relevant to, like, trying to be, I swear this is relevant to trying to stay relevant, okay? So, I watched a video the other day of random clips from Disney World, where, like, they're going to, like, the different mascots, the people that go around the park dressed up as different characters, right? And in every single one of those videos, there was not a single child. Not a single young adult. They were all grown-ass men and women. No children were in this Disneyland park in any of these videos. Not one. Because Disney is constantly trying to stay relevant for the people that grew up with them when they were children. Okay. It's extreme. There might have been like one child, but the overwhelming presence were adults. And in all of like the character viewing areas, like, oh yeah, you can go see like Minnie and Mickey House in their hut, or you can go see the Grinch in the Snow Village or whatever. Like the places where you take your kids to go greet the characters and like have them take a picture with them, all adults. All of them were adults. Because like, Disney and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network simply can't be asked to create a new original show that appeals to the next generation because they cannot compete with YouTube. They cannot compete with live streams. They have yet to adapt. I don't know what they can do, but right now all they can do is lean into their cash cow. Nickelodeon leading into SpongeBob, Cartoon Network leading into I don't even know what Cartoon Network is leaning into now. Like they have their one cash cow that they will keep on milking and milking and milking in order to stay relevant and keep people coming back. TF2 in essence is more or less doing that same thing. Like, oh, here's reference and like, you know, oh yeah, we have this pre-established gag. Let's just recycle that over and over and over again. Like, oh yeah, remember this? Oh yeah, remember this? Soldier, funny random object on head guy. Oh look, another funny random object to laugh at and go, ha, I'm gonna buy that. No. It sucks. Teen Titans, Teen Titans, I can't talk. Teen Titans Go is absolutely Cartoon Network's big cash cow. That's true. Like I can't even put a modern cartoon to mind in like the past, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. Like none jump out at me that were not on YouTube or anime. Also, I'm 30. I don't really watch cartoons much, right? So I don't know any of the cartoons being said in chat. I got nothing. So this is a very good point to bring up about how media is trying to stay relevant with the audiences they established years ago because they can't bring in new customers. Or they can't really retain new customers, I should say, which TF2 greatly suffers from. Onwards.
In the name of appealing to your nostalgia and to grab your kids' attention. Oh look, Ren and Stimpy had some adult humor. Time to lean too much into it in the reboot. If I were John K., this would probably be the lowest point in my career. Eventually
All
it
for the
comes off
bag.
as forced when he tried to put this right next to this. Or hell, even a new pocket item next to one of the old ones.
It's just,
these items weren't made for the
so
sake
much.
of the game. They were made to get Valve's attention, since this was all that they were selecting at the time. That's for the hats that reference other media.
Yes, the overwhelming majority of items were not made for people to enjoy them. They were made for Valve to notice them. God, this guy says so much shit that I have not thought of. I love this guy. I love having new perspectives on this shit. It's consistently workshoppers making content to get Valve's attention and not to make content for people to like it. They're not making content for the players. They're not making hats for the players. They're making hats and cosmetics for Valve to notice them and put them in the game. Yeah. Also, by the way, while I have what I assume is peak viewership, go like this video, by the way. Go show Bloop some love. This man is consistently making gold. So go give the man some joy, some good comments and some good likes. Get some more traction on this video for him. He deserves it. We're only 7 minutes in, by the way. Could the last season of Samurai Jack count? I don't know. I suppose. Maybe. Let's keep going.
We are no strangers to crossovers. A lot of our items were created to promote other games or collaborations. Some of them weren't exactly horrible for the game, and the ones that did make you raise an eyebrow, they were usually Halloween restricted. My defense for the hats that are just obvious and where they may have come from, like Skyrim or Fallout, is that they served as a little treat for the players of the respective games. Of course, they didn't help with the 1940s art style that TF2 had going for it. TF2 could have been better without the Skyrim
40s, 60s, but yes.
Helmet art style-wise, but it wasn't being forced on a wider scale, like Meet Your Match. It wasn't the Skyrim update. It was a Skyrim hat.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Skyrim case. It was just one item.
However, that's a very good way to put it too. It's a very good way to put it, and to add on to this, and this is an example of how TF2 has influenced modern games. Team Fortress 2 popularized it didn't necessarily popularize the crossover, right? It popularized referencing. Oh, we're going to put a reference, even if it's really ham-fisted and obvious, we're going to put a reference into this game by putting, the Skyrim hat or the Mario hat on the existing character, but it's still that character just wearing the very obvious and ham-fisted reference into the game, right? Valve effectively using their own characters as billboards to market and sell other games, right? Or TV shows, movies, whatever the fuck else Valve did. right? But then modern developers took that a step further and they're like, why stop at references? Just put the whole ass character or the whole person into the game. Fuck it. Take it all the way to the extreme. And that's why, even despite all of the shit that's been piled on TF2, even underneath all of the crap, like, oh, look, the heavy is still there. Whereas for a game like Fortnite, where it's just the character in the game, it's like, this is a huge it's unrecognizable. There's nothing left. You know, also like Dead by Daylight, Fortnite, all these other games that have all these characters just thrown in there, right? Like, yeah, you can still play the game. The gameplay is, well, Fortnite, and not really the same, but you get what I'm putting down here, right? It took it so far, and Call of Duty as well, because he plays like fucking Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty. What the fuck? If you told me in like 2008 that like, oh yeah, like Call of Duty is gonna have fucking Nicki Minaj in it, it shit wasn't a thing back then, but you get my point. Like, who was relevant in 2008? Justin Timberlake. Like, Justin Timberlake's gonna be in fucking Call of Duty in 2008. I would have like laughed you out of the room. But like now it's like, oh yeah, we want Justin Timberlake in Call of Duty. It's gonna be fucking great. We love Justin Timberlake. You know? That's like expected now. Like if it's a popular thing, they want it in the game. That's how crazy it's become. Actually, no, that's like fucking, it's like NSYNC era. It's like 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, I guess Justin Bieber is a better pick. Fuck, I'm old. My point still stands. My point still stands. Yeah, that's also a good point. Fortnite gets away with it because it is a more lenient, kind of generic, cartoony style. Well, Call of Duty is frankly inexcusable. Like, it's meant to be a very, borderline realistic, if not full-on realistic shooter, but then to like throw in like, it's a funny dinosaur, look, it's the nacho cheese man. Oh, also, Rainbow Six is an example of this. Or it's like, it's fucking the Pickle Rick guy from like the show people loved. Like, oh look, it's just the guy, $50. Still Call of Duty, I think. Who cares? Shoot people, yeah, spend money. That's what's happened, it sucks.
Promotional items did become less respectful of the game as TF2 got older and the rules became lax.
Yeah.
Another example of TF2 becoming contorted to gain some extra eyes on a product. And as for the non-promotional hats, the reference would either be loosely based to the time period that TF2 is based upon,
yes,
or it would fit the tone and match the character of the class.
Show a good one.
Even if it was during my era of
Show
play.
the one I'm thinking of.
The Bonk Boy? Superheroes were popular in the 60s and 70s.
See, there you go, good.
And both of them are fast. Prancer's Pride, a pretty niche reference from the 1950s, but this is
also very true.
Something Pyro would do given his childish nature. When it came time for a Christmas update,
yeah, it's the calling Pyro a childish character is already kind of basing his personality on a Flanderization that was established by like 2010. He wasn't childish to start. His character was warped by the community to be something like that of a puppy or a child. His launch character was not someone that would tie a reindeer antler onto his head, but I still pick up the argument he's putting down. His point still stands, and like, okay, that is a historically acceptable reference, and it is, as I've said before, subtle wacky. It is subtle wacky, much like the camera beard for Spy, or the disguise hat for Spy, the backbiter's billycock, that kind of thing. That's what I'm talking about. It's the subtle kind of wacky that works in a game like TF2 without going full-blown, oh look, it's just Django Unchained inside of TF2.
The Django and Domo Man are both black, so that's good enough for everyone. Seriously though, it was a dark comedy movie, and the hat has roots with the Wild West.
Yeah, it's some dangerous territory. I respect the joke. I respect the balls on that one.
Look good on the cloud.
I respect, because like, you can't, I respect it. Good.
This is a different discussion, but with the wacky hats we've gotten in recent years, these referential hats have started to get me bloated. Action anime hair? Why? The Scout is now—
Because why not? Because we already have funny Batman, so why not make Scout Jack Sparrow?
A pirate? Like Captain Jack Sparrow? The Bomber Knight? I mean, I get it.
So bad.
It's not making me feel smart, though.
So bad.
If a reference doesn't exactly fit the class, then it can come off as a jarring inclusion to the game.
No, now hold on. Why is the Bill's hat okay, but not the dancing dough? It fits the soldier.
Alright, sit tight with me.
How does the dancing dough fit the soldier? If it was just the bandana, maybe, but even then, not really, because it's not really Soldier's personality to put a bandana. It's like a helmet, right? A helmet. Helmet fits Soldier's personality, not a fucking bandana.
A hat can make a wild reference to something, even if it lacks.
But it's still like a nice military-style hat. It is a soldier's beret. Hello, works on Soldier and all the other mercenaries, more or less.
A relation to the class, if it looks innocent on its own. A hat can pass if it doesn't immediately make you think that it's supposed to be a reference to something if you lack the context.
Exactly! Exactly! Fuck, it needs to still look right, good in the context of the game. If you don't know what the reference is, it should not stick out like a sore fucking thumb, right? That is just 100% true. Like, a bad example of this would be, so if you just happen to completely live under a fucking rock and you have no idea what Star Wars is, and then you look at the Stormtrooper set for the medic, does that look like something that belongs in Team Fortress 2? Fuck no! Even if you don't know what it's referencing and have no clue what it is, you're someone who's uninformed as to what Star Wars is would look at that and go, what the fuck is this doing here? Why is the medic like a robot-plated cyborg kind of looking thing now? I thought he was like a German doctor with a healing beam that he put together with pipe and science. Like, ugh. And also the JoJo Heavyset. Why is JoJo dressed as like a sailor boy? That makes no fucking sense. He's got like pins on his hat. What is this? This looks nothing like the character at all. You may not know what JoJo is. That still sticks out like a sore thumb. Come on. The Mario hat, if you don't know what fucking Mario is. Ay.
Danger is an example. Bill's hat just looks like a beret. The hat isn't flaunting that it's from Left 4 Dead, since it just looks fine on its own as a beret.
Yes.
The source material doesn't—
And I have to show it. I have to show it. I will consistently cite the best hat in the game when it comes to making subtle references. Where the fuck is it? Hold on. I have to find it in the endless list of heavy hats. Where is it? Fuck. Why can't I remember what this fucking hat is called? I'm gonna go insane. Oh, where is it? I'm also blind. I can't see things on my screen. Where the fuck is this hat? Help me, God. There's no way this hat's that old, is it? No. It wasn't added this late in the game, was it? Hold on. No, I'm missing it. Hold on, let me Control F. There it is. God, how'd I miss that? Boom. The Minnesota Slick is, in my opinion, the quintessential definition of a subtle but appropriate reference for Team Fortress 2. It gives the Heavy some slicked back hair and a cigarette, but even if you don't know what the reference is, this still looks like something the Heavy would have, right? This still I could see Heavy smoking a cigar or a cigarette, that's fine, right? But this is a reference to the movie Fargo, which is a very dark comedy movie. And it just makes sense. It works so well for Team Fortress 2. It is fucking perfect. This is the prime example of making a good, subtle reference for Team Fortress 2. This is the best one. This is the standard you should go for when making a reference in a game like TF2, a heavily stylized game like TF2, and not just making the Heavy fucking Ricardo.
exactly fit with TF2, but that can be excused since the hat looks fine, and you don't immediately think of Johnny Depp. As for the dancing doe, if you didn't already know that it was a meme, then it would just look fine as an oddly specific bandana item for the soldier, but
so, you know what still amazes me is like the, like the gotcha emote on Twitch and all of these references. So many people don't know that it's from gay porn. So many people don't know the history of these things. They don't know that it's gay porn. Buff man gay porn. And it's everywhere on the internet, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, God.
it's flawed mostly because it's a meme. We never really had hats that were based on a popular meme of that year. We've had joke hats, but we would never get anything like Scumbag Steve's hat. My Little Pony is the only exception I could think of for that era, but it was still Halloween restricted. Also, it's not very appropriate to add an item that's based off an erotic dancer's dance, when the actual guy has gone out and said that nothing good has come out of the meme.
Yeah.
A workshopper's attempt to grab the attention of
Do you guys remember that? Like, if memory serves, as I saw someone mention this, he went out of his way to try and like sue people that were going too hard by making memes of him because of the negative impact it had on his life. If memory serves, he was doing something like that because of how out of hand it got. And this delves into this has nothing to do with the video that I'm talking about right now, but like, okay, if you make the decision to be a porn star and you decide to settle down later in life and have a family, you kind of did it to yourself, right? You did it to yourself. I fully respect and understand wanting to protect your family and protect your kids and wanting to extricate yourself from that and distance yourself away from it as much as possible, and they absolutely deserve the right to do that. They deserve the right to privacy. Don't get me wrong. But you have to expect it down the line. You can't erase your past, especially now on the internet. It is... You did poison yourself for life, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't have a shot at redemption and living a normal life, and all of us should respect that and grant them their space and grant them their distance and respect their wishes. And like, okay, if they don't want us constantly acknowledging, hey, you had your dick out, we should leave them alone and not lean into stuff like this. So
TF2 fans that laughed that the Ricardo meme succeeded in their goal. Now TF2 has the mark of an oily erotica dancer. God, Ratatan cannot come soon enough. And I'll say the line again. These meme and reference swap items exist to reach for your attention,
yes,
rather than to be genuine to the game.
Yes.
More shoe became popular? Time to turn that into a workshop item. Invincible is popular? Workshop.
This is the time for it. This is the time to use the word slop. This is the time for us to use the word slop. Reference garbage slop, purely designed to get your attention and your upvotes so it can be a viral meme on Twitter, so Valve will see it and then put it in Team Fortress 2. It's the only reason why these exist. These people that make these items do not care about the game they are making items for. They just want your money. Full stop.
Time. Oh, another meme. Time to turn into an item. Reference. Analog horror is popular? Time to make an unusual. I thought I was kidding when I had this as a joke, but we really are turning into the Super Smash Bros. Of memes. And items like these really do succeed in eliciting a reaction out of people that don't even know any better. It's an item that they want, but it's not an item that the game needs. With all due respect,
I didn't notice the Party City. Go back.
Like these really do succeed in eliciting
I
a
want
reaction
to
out of people
inspect
that
that.
don't
Hold
even
on.
know any better. It's an item that they want, but it's not an item.
Let's inspect this for a moment. This is great. Okay, we got the Party City. We have the fucking Scout meme doing the RIP next to the gravestone. I love the fucking Party City. Party City went bankrupt, by the way. Party City's fucking gone, which is sad to think about because like I would always go there as a kid with my mom to buy decorations for Halloween and Christmas and shit. That's just gone. That's fucking funny. Yeah, TF2 turning into Party City is a very apt description. Very apt description. Fucking hilarious.
Item that the game needs. With all due respect, you may want to be a little kitty cat or a little puppy dog.
Ugh. Oh god, it elicits such a level of disgust out of me. Like when it's a puppy mask. This is a pup mask for the pyro. Pure raw furry fetish bait. It is nothing else. It is specifically designed to get a bunch of likes on Twitter. And these items did. They got a shitloads of likes on Twitter. Because it's popular on Twitter, oh, that means it should belong in the game.
Please go express yourself over in Gary's mod, Source Filmmaker, VR Chat.
What I say again? I forgot how I posed this in my video. It was something to the effect of TF2 is not here to represent you. You should be able to represent yourself within the limits of the game's tone, theme, and stylization. Do not expect the game to accommodate every single facet of your person and your desires. And if you do, you are doing nothing but calling for the harm and encroaching on the game's art style and the beautiful game that it is. I think I said something to that effect in another video. The game is not here to represent you. And ever since more and more people started demanding that from their games, representing their hobbies, their favorite actors and actresses, their favorite pieces of media, that's why we get massive, disgusting amalgamations like Fortnite. Because it sells. It sells. It sells. Do I like mustard on my turkey sandwiches? Sure. TF2 is not VR chat. If you want to be a dog online, there's plenty of places to do that without pissing on our rug. Yeah, that's true. Yes, it is. That is very true.
621! Roblox, go there instead! I don't care anymore, just go there! And listen, I know that this is all business.
I love
Money
this guy.
is fine. But what about everyone else? The workshoppers get paid, Valve gets paid, and the people that like bright colors get their little toys.
Does he know? Does he know about this set? I wonder if he knows about this set. Does he know? I don't think he does. Maybe he does. For those of you that don't, this is a furry's fursona. It is a foot fetish goo fursona that was designed into a pyro set and put on the workshop. This is literally this guy's self-insert that's been on the workshop for years. Yeah, if you go look at the full set, viewer discretion advised, but it is a very overly fetishistic BDSM foot goo pyro drool disgusting set. Yeah, remember, this game is not here to represent you.
But what about Team Fortress 2? What about the players that fell in love with the initial identity of TF2 before it got truly abandoned?
You get mocked. You get insulted. You get chased out of the room. You get called entitled. You get called racist. You get called a bigot for simply questioning the kind of content being placed into Team Fortress 2. And that's not even unique to TF2. Every other game that's going through this is experiencing the same shit, where people are just pointing at the nonsense being thrown in the game, and then people jump down their throat like, "You're fucking entitled! What do you mean? You just play the game! You must love it!" You know, like, whoa. It's insane. It's insane how people are just shat on immediately. Like, that's the whole just enjoy things crowd that enables video game developers to do this consistently.
This is not me being pessimistic either. I'm being realistic.
Yes, you are.
Someone could stumble into work drunk off their ass and select these items to enter the game because they think we'll enjoy them.
Can you fucking believe someone made that?
And then the blame for the game's identity crisis will be placed on us. Valve has already pointed the finger at us, rather than themselves.
And then you look in the workshop, and there's something that has a massive backing from the community, and it violates a bunch of the stuff that the artists are comfortable with or looking for, and we had to figure what was interesting and valuable for customers more than for our team, right? And that took a while to kind of get right, and we don't always get it right, but we definitely just put on the side of fun is where we started to go with it, and making the community more involved in the workshop, right? Finding more reasons to get people into, you know, their work into the game.
No, you're wrong.
You voted for this. You wanted this. That's your fault. You guys asked for it. It's not our fucking fault. We had no play in that. No, sir. It's your fault. It's the community at large's fault. You asked for this. You wanted this. Help, I need to pee. Thank you for the $2. Go piss. Go piss.
The team, or whoever, did a great job picking Whatville, and our—
It's so funny too. It's like a constant passing of the buck. The people that make the items go, "No, lol, it's Valve's fault," and then Valve goes, "No, lol, it's your fault." Like it's constant blame back and forth. Like no one wants to take responsibility for the unignorable and undeniable fuck up that is the handling or the mishandling and mismanagement of TF2's fucking art style and the sanctity of what the game is. Like no one wants to claim blame for that. They just want to reap the benefits that is the money. Fuck.
Our second Gravel Pit reskin. I'm glad my voice is being heard when I can play on Gravel Pit, but it has snow this time. For all of the stupid stuff that some TF2 players have done in the past, I know they're at least smart enough not to vote for these things from the workshop, so I have no idea why we got cases full of screw you and eat shit. So what is a good—
Because we asked for it! Valve said that we wanted this, guys! Didn't you want this? Didn't you want this, guys? You bought the keys. You bought the keys, guys. Right? You wanted this. You voted for it. With your wallets.
thing for the game? What is something actually worthy of our attention, and consequently, healthy for the game? I've given a couple of examples of good items, but there are so many factors for me to list off. So I'll just say this. I cannot describe an item that has no place in the game, but I know one when I see it.
Now hold on there, man. Some of these look fine on their own. You think it's soulless because you don't like them.
Yeah, some of these items do look fine on their own, but at this stage of TF2, after all that I've been through with Valve's neglect, and just the community as a whole, it's hard to get excited over these homages to other media. This isn't 2012
It just doesn't belong. It doesn't need to be here. We don't need a fucking homage to Marvel. We don't need a fucking homage to anything owned by Disney. Fuck off.
It was a funny treat to get Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force in the game suddenly.
We can pay homage to that. That's a nice thing to have referenced in TF2. It is equally as adult and mature. That's good. But I don't want like I want like Superman in the game.
On top of getting an update on the same day, these new toys just feel like cheap ways to keep us engaged with the game. Oh.
I forgot what I was mad about. I forgot! More shit to open! Oh, look! I'm paying attention now.
Oh, your attention is slipping from the game? Look, it's a hat based on a Deadlock character. Doesn't that look cool?
No, it looks like shit! Stop it! We don't need Deadlock references in this fucking game!
Item. You like JoJo? Here's a hat. Spend money. Oh, Breaking Bad. That's popular.
Oh, it looks so bad. The modeling work is so bad on that. Go back.
Spend money. Oh, Breaking Bad.
Oh my god, no. And like, even with the Photoshop art passover, it still looks like shit. Because that's not an in-game screenshot. That's an art pass in Photoshop of the screenshot to make it look better than it actually does. It looks terrible.
That's popular. Upvote so you can consume more.
What about Saxon handling the maps?
I'll say the same thing.
Exactly, the same principles apply to the fucking maps. Maps is a bigger problem, because that genuinely negatively impacts gameplay. Not just because of the volume, but because of the quality. Maps are now made to look good first and then play good third, and it sucks so much. Maps like Odyssey and Phoenix play like dick. They play like shit, but they have nice screenshots. They look really pretty on the workshop. Oh, it's such a pretty map. Look at the marble and the big thaw. Oh, this one looks like the Overwatch map. It's got red rocks. It's like Dust Bowl. That's a great one. I'm gonna vote for that one. That's a great, cool map. And then they play like dick.
Instead of apologizing to the players after years of abuse by giving us a dinner and fixing the relationship, they just gave us a big ass cheeseburger.
Don't shit on the big jazz. The big ass. No, jazz. Don't shit on the microwave bag burger. Nuh-uh. That kept me alive for many a year. Those are the shit. No, throw something like what's like a crappy alternative, like a gas station hot dog, a gas station pizza. Gas station pizza is consistently awful. Do gas station pizza.
After making our mascara run, yeah, it will taste good, but it won't sit right with me. These game modes and maps aren't what we need right now to heal the game. The maps that innovate on a game mode are welcome.
More content will not save this game. New hats, new skins, new maps and taunts and usual effects will not save this game. This game will continue to experience a constant and steady decline in player base size. New players are not sticking around because of the consistent, intense complexity of this game that has existed since day one. that Valve has done almost nothing to help in order to help players learn the game and stick around. Instead of giving this game what it needs, Valve will continue to jingle the keys in our face to delay the inevitable that is this game's death. New toys will not save this game. Improving the gameplay will. And Valve fucking refuses to do it. Oh my god, we need to ask them to fix the fucking game. I'm over it. I'm fucking done. It consistently pisses me off to no end that it's just taboo. It's becoming less taboo in more recent months. I'm seeing more and more people talking about this. It's more popular, right, to talk about this. Fixing the gameplay should be the #1 priority on everyone's fucking radar. Because what's the use of new toys? What's the use of new maps when the matchmaking system doesn't let us play on them for more than 2 minutes at a time? Or if we get lucky and even get placed on these new maps to begin with. And then God forbid, oh, what if I don't want to play on the new maps? Sorry, all of the traffic is being redirected away from a map that's been in the game since 2009! A good map, no less. You want to play on Hightower right now? Fuck you! Go play Upward again! Throw 20 more maps in the game! That will not save the fucking game. Make the game function like it once did, and make the volume of content slightly less negatively impactful on this game. Please, God! For the love of God, do something, and this is something we all need to be asking for. Just talk about it. Seriously, just talk about it. Make noise. Express your concerns and your complaints about the game's functionality. Just do it. It's okay to express your frustrations with the treatment of a product being hosted by a multi-billion-dollar fucking company. God. It is not taboo and it should not be. Doing well, lives improved since we last talked, got over that rejection, got my driver's license, nice. And now I'm looking for a car. Do I have any recommendations? Buy used. Do not buy a new car. Buying a new car is one of the worst fucking things you can do. You will immediately place yourself into debt, or if you somehow manage to have the cash for buying a brand new car, it will immediately depreciate by like, what, 60% as soon as you drive it off the lot. It is a waste of fucking money. Look for like a $8,000 used car, and then just use that to get you from point A to point B. If you don't give a fuck about how it looks, that's all you need. Used cars are the way to go. That's it. You know, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 car. Like, if you're paying more than $10,000 for a used car, maybe explore other options. Look for a fucking old Honda Civic or an old Toyota Corolla. Just go with that. Anything but optimization and anything, and also optimization, bug fixes, finishing the tutorials, so much other stuff you can do to improve player retention. That will genuinely help the game. But Valve simply refuses to do any genuine work on Team Fortress 2. It is infuriating that people are just complacent. Enough. Like, we shouldn't be complacent with this. It's bullshit that so many people are. Like, it's okay to talk about it, and the more we talk about it, the more people will like look at that and go, oh wow, yeah, I can't remember the last time I played on Pipeline, or the last time I played on, oh, I don't know, Sawmill in a full server. It was like in 2013 the last time that happened. Shit, maybe there is something wrong with this game. Let people notice, and the only way they're going to notice is by talking about it. So talk.
This can help spice up the.
Is 6-7 a meme? Did I miss something? Is that like a joke that's like a new Gen Alpha like meme that's flown over my head? I have no fucking idea what it is. Is it some fucking retarded meme? I have no idea what it is. I have no fucking clue.
Game, like Sulfur. However, some maps do stray from the game's initial art style.
Sulfur heavily strays from the game's art style, by the way. Yeah, everyone's favorite, Embargo.
Did you guys really need to have your buildings use 5 different bright colors? It got my attention, but in the same way yelling in my face would grab my attention, we've been receiving so many maps that—
God, Embargo sucks. It's, you know you've made a bad map when the mercenaries are the ones that look out of place on it. That's how you know you fucked up. When the mercenaries are the ones that don't look like they belong there, you fucked up. And Embargo is a very good example of that. Also, Whatville.
TF2 will be eventually stretched thin on populating these maps, almost like the Halloween maps in Surf.
It's already stretched thin. It's already stretched way too thin. Is he gonna mention what happened last year?
So many to queue for. What's gonna happen in 2 years with the Contractor? I know Pyrocynical plays the game, but that doesn't mean TF2 needs to be inflated. Why bother adding new maps when
We're already there, by the way. Like we already have map bloat. It's already too late. Because Valve's not going to remove any content. They will never remove content they've put in this game. They'll never impose some kind of map rotation, because if they even so much as slightly restrict content that was never restricted before, they're going to piss off a shitload of people, because for some reason, someone out there enjoys playing on, I don't fucking know, oh god, what's that map they added last year? I can't remember any of the new maps' names. None, because they all fucking suck. Someone might genuinely enjoy the shitty maps they've added into the game, right? And if they go out of their way and restrict them, Venice. Someone might actually enjoy Venice. And then if they put that on a limited rotation, it's going to piss people off. So Valve is never going to do that. And putting more maps in the game is only going to keep stretching the player base even thinner. And last year, lest I remind everyone, again, when TF2 had 167 maps in the active rotation during Scream Fortress. 167 fucking maps. Guess what happened? The matchmaking system fucking broke. It literally gave out like an old man's knees and just stopped working until Valve stepped in and put on a band-aid. They had to fight, like, that was what it took to force Valve's hand and touch the matchmaking system for the first time since 2018. The game shitting itself because they threw too many maps into the rotation. That's what it took. And that's just gonna keep happening. That's just gonna keep happening if they keep putting more maps in the game. Stop! We don't need 20 or 30 maps a year. Stop it!
no one has played Payload Race or Special Delivery for almost a decade now? They were never bad. They are just being cramped to the bottom thanks to Meet Your Match.
Thank you!
As for the new game modes,
I wanna hug the puppet!
TF2 really doesn't need...
I wanna hug the puppet. Thank you, Puppet Man. Fuck, I wanna play on Doomsday consistently, but I'm not allowed to anymore. Because Valve fucked these other maps that have been in the game for over a decade. It's like, sorry, you're being condemned to alternative game modes and no one ever plays Payload Race or Doomsday. Or DeGroot Keep, because fuck you, I guess. We needed to make room for the 30th payload map. Fuck!
These new additions, as they run the risk of distancing TF2 from its identity. Pastime? Maybe. It's TF2 Orange mixed with some Rocket League Red, but I guess it matches.
Not really.
Guess we can play soccer here now. Manpower?
No.
TF2 Orange mixed with some power-up.
Pastime and Manpower should have never been put in the game. They were dead almost instantly. There was no fucking point. So Manpower was just the brainchild of a random Valve employee who's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go do this on my own. And then Valve's like, yeah, fuck it, put that in the game. And then Pastime was made by Bad Robot, and then they put that in the game. But these two things were basically dead on arrival, and no one gave a fuck after the first month. And then to this day, they are still fucking dead. Like, they're less popular than playing Boot Camp in MVM. That's how bad they are.
Purple. That's fine. We had some purple in the game already. Somewhere. Saxon Hale. Okay, neat. Something with some TF2 Orange, even if nobody plays it. Oh, what's this now?
Had no business. Versus Saxon Hale, much like Pastime and Manpower, had absolutely no business being in the game. We do not need community game modes inside of Team Fortress 2. None. They should have remained inside of community servers, but Valve killed community servers in Meet Your Match. So what's the next best thing to make more money? Hey, remember this game mode that used to be super popular when your community servers were, well and alive until we fucking killed them? Well, we're putting that in the game now. We're bringing it back for you. Instead of doing the correct thing, that is reverting Meet Your Match and making community servers visible again. It's like the biggest middle finger they can give you. It's like, hey, remember community servers? Those great things you guys love playing on all the time? that our system originally facilitated and was integrated into quick play. Yeah, remember that shit? Remember, yeah, we may have killed that. We may have completely axed all traffic to community servers, and then by extension, axed a shitload of traffic to these alternative game modes, like versus Saxon Hill. Yeah, just forget about that. It's in the game now. There you go. You happy? Open the box now. Open the boxes now. It's so insulting. It's so fucking insulting.
Zombie infection? Zombie green mixing with my TF2? It's Halloween, whatever, fine. Prop hunt blue? I'm sorry, but I have to say no. Just leave my TF2 alone.
Thank you.
Step away from it.
Thank you.
Your desire as a consumer.
Only for money. Remember, they're only doing these game modes and mass uploading them onto the workshop so they get money. Where's my map list? Do I have that still? Hold on. I do. My dogs are going off because someone's at the door. Okay, let me sort this data. Let me just sort this data right here. Data. Sort. Span selection. Sort by total amount of maps, largest to smallest, please. Thank you. Oh, man. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, there you are. How about that? So, yeah. So when you get 11 maps in the game because you created the VScript version of something like Versus Saxton Hale, you're making a lot of money. A lot of money. You know, it could be a conflict of interest where, like, you know, maybe the primary motivation is making a lot of dollars and not because you love the game. You know, that's just my assumption here. By the way, 30 fucking maps from one creator.
To make TF2 fresh again with these new modes will harm the game with time.
No bias, by the way.
The new Mobster game mode? It's fun. I like the character, but it doesn't sit right with me to have another new game mode with a playable fan-made character be officially added into the game.
Yes, thank you.
It's not like 9/11/2 is happening.
Yes, we don't need fucking fan-made characters laced into TF2's canon. No, we don't need that shit. Also, like, look at this image. Look at this. I discussed this on stream before. Look at the other mercenaries there, right? Like, look at the other mercenaries. You see that? Now compare that to the mobster. Does the mobster look like a TF2 character? The mobster looks like an exaggeration of a TF2 character. It's like what a child would think a TF2 character is. He is so grotesquely disproportionate and bloated. It's like, again, he was made to look like the guy from Spider-Man. That's what this is. He's made to look like the big guy from Spider-Man. I'm like, that's what this is. It's like, oh, it looks like the big fat guy. We can make big fat guy memes out of him. It's this grotesque flanderization of what a mobster should be, and a grotesque flanderization of what a TF2 character should be, to grab your attention. Because if it was reserved and more in line with TF2 stylization, well, that's not gonna get a lot of eyeballs on your game mode now, is it? But if it's a big hulking meat wall of a guy that's bigger than the fucking payload cart, that's gonna get people's attention.
TF2 is looking to become Team Fortress 2, featuring the mobster from the VIP game mode. I don't want to exactly give the workshop this inch by adding a playable fan-made character, because I'm not sure how it will turn out in the future. I don't want to see henchmen, janitors, guard dogs, or default mercenaries make their way into the game.
Yep, because then it's not the game anymore. It should just be the 9 mercenaries, and that's it. Full stop.
It's new and it's playable. It doesn't exactly mean it belongs in the game. If you're passionate about making something very different but within the TF2 universe, then go ahead and make it on the source development kit or on a community server. I'm playing Team Fortress 2 for Team Fortress 2.
Thank you.
If I wanted to play with a mod, then I would play with a mod.
Yes.
Also, what happened to my one announcer? I'm familiar with the administrator, not Sandy Cheeks.
Who the fuck are these people? Who is this?
Refund for Vegas, am I right? I want my goddamn refund.
Who is
This
this?
is what I call budget cuts. Get it?
We're just
What is that? Is that in the game? That's an embargo? What? No fucking way. I played the map like twice. I don't remember. That's awful. I had no fucking idea. Holy shit, that sounds terrible. Wow. Damn. Yeah, that's a little too far removed from the game and is not appropriate. Yeah, the one announcer should be it. I understand the need for new voice lines for your game mode in order to appeal into, like, you know, match whatever, like I say, a new game mode. But, like, if it's just payload, use the same fucking voice lines. Come on.
Turning into a toy box now. Halloween may have been an exception, but it basically opened the door for more maps to have custom announcers outside the Halloween season. Like most other things Halloween related. What happened to my 9 classes? We are looking to see 10. 11 if you include Saxon Hale. I have seen TF2's art style become compromised with time. And right now, it's almost as if I'm seeing the game itself become compromised. And instead of the art...
It's not a seam or you're seeing it, it is compromised. And it's only gonna keep getting worse unless people demand for it to stop. That's the only way it is gonna stop, is by people like Bloop and other people that care putting their feet down and saying, no, this is too far. That's enough.
Art style changing, the game itself is changing.
It's already
It's
changed.
not Team Fortress 2 anymore. It's almost their Fortress 2 now.
Yeah.
I know that the community is the one that creates all of this official content for the game.
It's not even the community. Like I know what he's saying here. It is the community market. I understand that. Or the community workshop, rather. It's the community workshop. I understand that. But it's consistently a small group of like 50 people. 100. Even if it was 100 people, right? What is that? Less than 0.5% of the player base. Even less than that, right? It's a fraction of a percent that makes a majority of the content for this game. That is in no way representative of the entire player base.
But who is the community at this point? It's not me. It's not your friends.
None of y'all.
It's all happening in whatever Discord group these creators reside in.
Exactly!
You just hate change.
Listen, change can be good.
I think I'm gonna say you just hate change.
If TF2 hadn't gone free to play, we would all be playing Loadout right now. Player destruction was perfect in replicating that TF2 orange that I expect. Valve branched out by introducing Man vs. Machine, a pretty well made co-op game mode with unique rewards. Contracts offered a simple, but in an engaging way to reward the player of items.
Love contracts. It's a shame they were not expanded upon. Again, Valve figured out the perfect update model, excluding skins, with Gunmetal and Tough Break. They just should have kept doing that. They were engaging, they were fun, it was a good way to ship a nice, tight, packaged update, and they just fucked it. They fucked it.
We're interacting with specific game mechanics, but with all these inches, miles were taken shortly after. We aren't the only game with this disease. CSGO already has weapon skins. Guess it's time to add gloves and weapon charms. Rainbow Six Siege has a wacky pizza outfit.
Oh my god, what a fucking Rainbow Six. Oh, what has happened to this game, man. Oh, it used to look so good, it was so cool, and now it's a fucking toy store. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, Jesus. It's so fucking sad. It is just someone's like cheese pizza OC.
Time to turn one of the characters into a League of Legends character. I like having customization in the game, even if it means the addition of these weapon skins. But I'm not asking for a mile to be
Like, the first waves of skins were reserved, man, and compared to the crap we got through 2023, oh god, it got
taken
so much
more
worse.
weapon accessories,
Yeah, no,
spells,
no,
unusual effects.
no, we don't need, no, good for shitting on these things. We don't need this extra crap.
Kill streak effects.
Just ignore everything. Why do you care? Brother yapping about nothing.
There we go. That's it. That's the ultimate final non-argument of why do you care? That's when they have no... they have no argument to begin with. Their only argument is they like it, right? They have no concrete ground to stand on because there is no benefit that comes from the continued degradation of this game. None. other than making Valve more money.
Want me to do that?
If you want to lose more hope in Siege, look at the new Paragon skin for Valkyrie in Siege. It's fucking atrocious.
Then why care about anything? Who cares if Disney is remaking all of your childhood classics? Just don't watch them. Who cares if Nintendo is reselling 10-year-old games for $60?
Okay, I thought the Prime remaster was $40. Did they bump the price? I hope not. Oh, the Prime remaster was $40 on the digital store, right? Okay. Listen. I will. I'll support the Prime remaster because it's a really good game and refreshing it is quite nice. It's just a really good game, so I will defend Nintendo on that one. But otherwise, Nintendo is a generally indefensible company, so that's just me.
And selling new ones for $90. Just don't buy them. We're all gonna die someday. So why work?
Yeah, that's just evil. It's not. $90 for a fucking game is atrocious. Holy shit. I can't believe that we're like letting them get away with that. Nintendo fans are probably some of the biggest cucks on the planet. I don't know how they manage to keep giving Nintendo their money. It's wild. This is a great freeze frame, by the way. We're all going to die someday, so why work? With the fucking... There's a little too much Nikocado in here for my own tastes.
Out and be healthy. Just overindulge. Waiter, more custom game modes, please. What's one more meme in the grand scheme of things? May as well enjoy it. I can't exactly ignore these small blemishes either, because with each year, new ones will get added to the game. And
that
when we all decided
bot was a mistake and should have never been put in the game. It's just this big blob of noise that spazzes around your player model as you run around. Like, if you're a new player to TF2, and you're, like, trying to shoot something, and then you see this robot spazzing around on the ground, it's like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Do I shoot that? I don't know. It's like a fucking rat comes in front of you. It's like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's just not something that should have been put in the game, ever. But that's the point. Valve's not trying to appease new players, like how SpongeBob's not trying to appease new audience members. They're trying to appease the people that are already there, whose senses are so numb and used to all the stuff. They have to keep getting more and more extreme or giving more and more of the same junk in order for them to keep their wallets open and the money flowing.
to take a step back to look at TF2, when it's all over, we will see how truly tarnished the game has become. And listen, I'm not telling you that you can't enjoy these items. Even if you're objectively wrong for liking Frog Hat.
Thank you so much for fucking hating that hat. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's so bad. Thank you, God, I'm not the only one that hates that fucking hat. It's so bad. It's so tacky. Oh, he's a Frenchman, so he get frogs, froggy legs on his hat. Oh, in case the French people eat frog legs. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, look, it's a fro with a fucking beret on a beret. Wait! Ah! I got a Switch 2 for the sole reason of jailbreaking it and handing out the games to my friends for us to play, so I'll get my value out of it. There you go.
Be free to enjoy these trinkets and flavors of the season. But at what cost? The cost is the game's identity. Or rather, what's left of it. That doesn't open the door for anyone to seize the rest of it.
So what? Do you want the game to die instead?
There it is. You just want the game to die. You hate Team Fortress 2, you hate fun, you just want the game to die. Oh, that's always the final answer. You just want the game to die. You want no new content. You want nothing for people to enjoy. You hate fun. No. We just want more reserved, deliberate choices for new content into this game that are of higher quality and that more strictly adhere to the game's tone, theme, and stylization to keep it the game we all know and love. That's it. Fuck. Remember when $90 got you the special collector's edition of the game and you bought with a lot of physical goodies? Apparently now you can only get the base game, and even assuming the base game is functional, it could be a buggy mess that they're going to have to patch 3 days later. I only like the brown Grailian because of the familiar fez it makes the spy black. Oh, God.
Grateful for all these things.
No.
Hold on, I want to go back and read that. Hold on.
That doesn't open the door for anyone to see.
Be grateful for.
Hey, maybe it would be a good idea to stop bitching about content for a game that probably should have died years ago. I mean, I was a kid when this game came out, but I'm now 29, so how about stop bitching about content being added to the game and be thankful for it? Just be thankful. Be thankful that it hasn't died and that it actually has a good, loyal family base that keeps it alive. Oh, you're not here for the fucking Santa Claus party hat. That's not what's keeping the game alive. Fuck you, and fuck anyone that makes this argument. It means nothing. It's this garbage appeal to emotion. You just want the game to die. You don't want the game to die, do you? Oh, that's why we need the 51st Santa Claus hat. It's why we need 25 more maps in the game this year, because you just want the game to die. Garbage appeal to emotion. Would you say Valve making Meet Your Match is worse than Judas betraying Jesus? No, I think Judas's betrayal is infinitely worse. Yeah, it's not even comparable.
All these things.
No, not yet. Valve is still offering a paid product, so it's still their responsibility to listen to their consumers with some respect. I'm not a game developer, but I can think of a few ways this game can end on a high note, or at least be able to retire and
What a concept! A multi-billion-dollar company offering a actively monetized product that they still demand revenue from and ask us for our money. It's almost as if though we are allowed to ask for better and for improvements, and that it is their responsibility to appropriately maintain this game, as so long as they offer it and actively monetize it. Who would have fucking thought? Oh my god. Isn't it just... That's something that infuriates me still to this day, is 7 years. 7 years of bots. And only during the 7th year did it become somewhat socially acceptable to say just that. To point that out. This is a multi-billion-dollar company that makes tens of millions off of Team Fortress 2. Sure, pennies compared to Counter-Strike, but this is still a product they offer as active and playable, and for 7 years, it was not. And anytime someone opened their mouth, they were met with one of two responses: apathy or anger, by people who would do everything in their power, tooth and nail, to defend Valve, or dismiss it as complaining. Consistently. And that's not just with the bots, that's with everything else that's been discussed in this video. Bad maps, bad hats, bad skins, glitchy, buggy, broken updates. None of that would be acceptable in any other fucking video game. Imagine, for a moment, if the Versus Saxton Hale launch in 2023, which was broken for 2 weeks. Imagine if that happened in any other video game. There would be fucking riots. Fury from that player base. Because it would be unacceptable. But for TF2 fans, it's just another day in the park. Because we consistently give Valve the pass. For what reason? Why do we give them the pass? They're not the same lovey-dovey, Gabe Newell teddy bear company they were in 2007. They haven't been that for almost 20 fucking years. Why are we consistently giving them this pass? They're no better than any other fucking modern game company. I don't understand it. Why? Fucking why? Hold them accountable for their garbage actions. Seriously.
live out its life as being a fondly remembered father. Speaking of which, here comes our favorite TF2 character in his respected glory.
Heavy wants to die.
No, you don't. You're happy.
Oh, wow. Was that a voice actor? Was that a fucking... If that was a voice actor, that was fucking great. Oh my god. If it was... I don't know, that was fucking great. Was that AI? Oh my god. I hope that was an actor, because if that was an actor, that was fucking great. Holy shit. Heavy wants to die. I gotta listen to that again. That was funny.
TF2 character in his respected glory.
Heavy wants to die.
No,
you can hear it in the S that it's AI, but still really funny.
Don't? You're happy. You should be happy that you're still getting new stuff in 2025.
Just be happy.
Disagree with me, then you're just being entitled and negative. Bro is so bored that he's bitching about anything he can think of. That reminds me.
Yep, it's always the same non-arguments that are designed to tear you down and do nothing but dismiss your argument as irrelevant, because if they don't care, why do you care? If you genuinely don't care, because you do, obviously, otherwise you wouldn't be making these arguments. You have some level of investment in this garbage, right? But if you genuinely come off as saying, oh, why do you care? Because obviously you don't care if you have to vocalize that you don't care. If you genuinely don't care, then what does the direction of the game matter to you? What does it matter to you? If the quality of content suddenly went up, why would you give a shit? And if anything, you'd be happy. So why are you caring about what other people think? Because you do care. Because it earns you some kind of social points or clout to shit on people that simply want better.
We aren't talking about money, then I would say that the TF2 community also has a case of attention-seeking-itis. What do I mean? Well,
I'm gonna piss real quick because this sounds this video just keeps getting better by the fucking minute. I love this guy so much. I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna piss. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Oh yes, the lovely wall of pregnant men that I love seeing every time I sit back down. The endless tidal wave of horses for some reason, and now I mean we have the usual strawberries and the usual Gregnants, of course. Shall we continue? Because this next part looks very scintillating. Let's go.
TF2 is really the only game of its kind on the block.
Yes.
We had some competitors pop up, but those usually died from their own natural causes. Nothing was really around to contest us. Until Overwatch was born, and people
It wasn't even a comparison, man. It's so funny to me too. I missed a donation, I'm sorry. If you want the game to die by shoving in a bunch of random stuff and saying, why do you care? It's a surefire way to do it. Yeah, I completely agree, yes. But also, isn't it so funny that it was so heavily fear-mongered that Overwatch was going to kill Team Fortress 2 when it was such a wildly different game and a wildly different experience from day one, but people still held on to that because it was this birth of tribalism in the esports scene. We're like, oh wow, there's this big esport, right? This is coming. It's gonna kill TF2 because TF2 can't keep up. Yeah. You know, all that shit. That's wild to me. And then here we are years later where both games have player bases of roughly the same size and everyone's fucked off and played their respective game. Like it didn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Oh god, yeah. Two completely different audiences. Chat is indeed horsing around.
Started an entire race war. The silly thing was that it was usually the TF2 players that would instigate conversations about which was better. Seriously, it was mainly TF2 YouTubers that would make videos about the whole discussion.
Yeah,
myself included. Overwatch could not give a rat's ass about...
It was primarily TF2 players because the people that Overwatch was appealing to were not TF2 players. And the only TF2 players that left TF2 for Overwatch were primarily competitive players because guess what? Greener pastures means more money. Yeah.
What TF2 players thought, since they had developers working on the game, and they had content to attend to. That's developers with an S. Some funny stuff did come up during this period, so it's whatever.
What is
it's
that?
relevant enough that the stylized class-based shooter would talk about the stylized hero-based shooter. As for some other games, TF2 and
Overwatch Overwatch kind of had a style, but it was it kept itself generic enough to where it was very easily easy to appeal to as many people as possible, whereas TF2 is very unique, and a lot of people would like look at TF2 and go, huh, that's strange. Whereas Overwatch is like it's more of a generic cartoony style that was more appeasing to a lot of people, right? TF2 not so much.
FNAF? Undertale? Alright. I understand that the TF2 characters are very charming, that people would use them in anything they could think of. Hell, even Katamari. A little different, but it's to be expected. As for some other media, TF2 and Treasure Island? Sure. I'm sure other games made parodies as well. TF2 and Lethal Company? Okay, this one was just embarrassing. We have no relation to the game. All it took-
I guess... What is this phenomenon? Is it insecurity? Is it insecurity and fear that the game being so old that it's going to be outdone by something else? Like, even if this is bait, right? People still do this with other games. It's like the constant fear that, like, TF2 is just suddenly going to vanish in the face of some other new game. So some people, not all of them, feel the need to do a direct comparison or try to, like, tear it down. Like, oh, TF2 is going to outlive this, or TF2 is going to outlive this. Like, what? To me, it comes off as insecurity or fear that TF2 is going to vanish in face of competition, which is just something that's not happened in fucking 17, 18 years. So, like, what is it? Redditors wanting attention? Probably. Literally just kids? Maybe. Insecurity poorly disguised as superiority? Accurate. Team Fortress 2 should be treated like good wine or whiskey. It gets better with age. The slop content is bad. I agree. Competition, its own competitiveness already fell. But, like, it's not even... It's not competition. I don't know, man. It's like I'm not sure. I mean, to be fair, it is a lot of attention seeking, right? Like, oh, upvotes on Reddit or likes on Twitter, that kind of thing. Because, I mean, let's be real here. If you put anything TF2 related and make it a meme on Twitter or Reddit, it's gonna get a shitload of traction, no matter what. It doesn't matter what you do. It's going to blow up. For example, I can post a screenshot of, like, a soldier wearing a wizard's hat with a funny name. 5,000 likes on Twitter. Instantly. And that's not even trying, right? Not saying it's only coming from an angle of getting attention, but it's there's an incentive for sure to make posts like these.
Was one person's abandonment issues to get the internet to notice that something is up with us. Christ, even iFunny caught on. Okay, surely this won't happen again. Oh my goodness! Reddit! Did we not learn from Overwatch? We're bloated from candy.
You can't even compare Rivals to TF2, man. How do you even begin doing that? Like, if anything, there was more headbutting between Rivals and Overwatch fans, because, like, Rivals was the killer for Overwatch. Like, that was another nail in the coffin for that. Because so many people were wanting an alternative to Overwatch, and here comes Rivals, pretty similar. So there you go. But, like, TF2? Really? Really? Come on. I don't know. For me, which ladies are prettier? Which ladies are prettier, Overwatch or Rivals? I know none. I barely know any of the characters. I think Rivals does win. I think Rivals wins purely because of the. I hate the squirrel girl's face, but she's still hot. And then also the blonde lady with the giant thighs. That's a big one. That gets a lot of points for me too. I don't know who that is, but I look at that and I go, I'll take it. We need a poll. I feel like it's not even going to be a contest. Who has the hotter women? Rivals or Overwatch? Let her rip. Let her rip. It's gonna be. I have a nagging suspicion. I see where this is gonna go. Yeah, almost instantly. Yeah, it's about right. People underestimate how TF2 is insanely and consistently popular almost 2 decades later. Just look at week-old TF2 videos with steady views. No, yeah, that's a very good point. Like, you have to also understand that, and this is something that that Lucid said. TF2 is a very insular community where people are kind of constantly in tune and in check with everything kind of going on around them. So when you have a brand new TF2 video coming from like a 25 sub YouTuber suddenly blowing up and getting 50,000 views, that really doesn't happen often in any other video game sphere on YouTube. There's multiple factors that lead into that, you know, like people being starved for content, that kind of thing. But there is still an insatiable demand for conversations and content about Team Fortress 2 where you can just do that. It's still super popular and in demand, especially with the people that are even loosely aware of the game's existence, right? Like, if you want to get a YouTube channel growing, this statement remains evergreen. Thank you, Richter, for that. I think it was Richter that coined this one. I can't talk. You are 3 weapon review videos away from making minimum wage as a chuckle nut. 3 weapon review videos away from making minimum wage as a chuckle nut. Consistently. That is an evergreen statement. You want to grow a YouTube channel? Make a few videos about TF2 weapons. Get some flashy editing, and you're done. You're gonna get views. You're gonna get money. An hour behind, but an argument I also hear is the house has a toilet, you piss in the toilet. The house was always meant to be pissed on. Well, yeah, that was reference to casual TF2's video, for sure. Shall we continue?
In cool beans, the game nearly died twice. Actually, there are TF2 fans that still unironically hate Overwatch because it's a different game to this day. And the same thing
I
happened.
don't even think they hate it. I think they just make these posts because they know it's going to get them views. Know it's going to get them attention.
To Fortnite because it's vaguely similar in art style, but it's not TF2.
What?
Alright, what about the memes? What is TF2 doing for the memes that will bring attention to themselves? Oh, they're just remaking every popular meme, but replacing the main character with a TF2.
I'm insulated. All right, I'm very insulated. Does this happen anywhere else in any other video game sphere? Does it happen in the Rivals scene? Does it happen in the Overwatch scene? Does it happen anywhere else other than TF2? It has to. Like TF2 can't be a special case here. Yes, but not to this extent? That's a fair answer. I feel like I see it far more often with TF2, but that's also because it's just the bubble that I'm in. My feed's algorithms have not been tuned or trained to give me memes related to anything other than TF2 and Blue Archive. So I don't see it, but it has to be out there. Like, if you're within your respective games community, they absolutely remake memes all the time. For sure. Said this before, but TF2 fan has become a title you need to live down rather than be proud of. It's been that way for 8 years. Yeah, I mean, that is true, Richter. It really did get, that really did get kicked off by the whole Overwatch versus TF2 thing. That's very true. I like Blue Archive, so what? But yeah, so it's not just TF2, but it definitely happens inside of TF2 probably at least a little bit more than other communities. Because you know what I don't see? You know what I don't see? I don't see people bitching about memes being remade in other games communities. I almost only see that in regards to TF2. That could also be because I'm insulated from, you know, other game communities at large. But I don't see other people bitching about memes being remade inside of other games communities. And I think the TF2 ones do have a wider reach because so many people, you know, so many other people like know about TF2. Why is it damning? Like, okay, what's the fucking deal? I play, like, what's fucking wrong with Blue Archive? Why are people foaming at the mouth about this? Relax, it's a fucking gotcha. Like, chill out. The power of Christ compels you. Holy moly, people. It's not a big fucking deal. It's a gotcha. It's like one gotcha compared to another. Holy shit. People are getting really upset with that one. Oof. So it is the power of anime that anime has over people. Like, you mention anime, people fucking lose their shit. I don't get it. I don't get why people foam at the mouth about this. I'm a one gotcha kind of guy. I've tried others, nothing appeals to me, so I stick with the one that is fun. If you look at how our TF2 behaves, they behave like a cult. Blind and absolutely loyal, fear tactics, threatening dissent, love bombing, black and white thinking, rejection of criticism. Well, the thing is, the reason why they do that is because that behavior gets them upvotes. The upvotes flow in the direction of the popular conversation, and then they shut down the opposite flow. You make a post saying, this, like lime coffee mugs. Lime coffee mugs suck. I fucking hate lime coffee mugs. They're ugly. Lemon coffee mugs are better. And then it starts getting a fuckload of upvotes. And then someone comes in and goes, well, what's wrong with the lime coffee mug? Fuck you, lime coffee mugs suck. Because when they say that, lots of upvotes, lots of karma comes their way. They probably don't actually believe that lime coffee mugs suck, but it's the, it's the going with the flow, going with the current and farming your karma, because everyone likes seeing that number go up. And when you have the negative number go down, it makes you feel bad. So what are you going to do? You're going to farm for some dopamine. You're going to post something that's going to get people to like what you say. So. Karma does nothing except make you, like, it just makes your number go up. Because, like, for me, if I see someone with high karma, I can ignore you immediately. Because you are terminally online and you use Reddit way too much. I can just ignore you. I don't care. I always trust, like, the fresh account with, like, one upvote on something. Like, that's someone I can rely on. Number go up. I don't touch Reddit. I've posted on Reddit a collective 6 times, maybe like under 10 in like over a decade. As I don't actively use it because it sucks. It's horrible. It's somehow worse than Twitter, and that's saying something. Reddit is somehow worse than Twitter. I don't know how they achieve that environment, but they do. So I steer clear. It's awful. Let's continue.
New class. Giga Chad, black guy looking into the fridge, Grimace Shake, are you sure? Uncanny Mr. Incredible, no bitches,
The uncanny one I find funny.
1,000-yard stare, chill guy, chicken jockey, skibbity toilet, leave me alone, pointing Wojak,
Not saying it.
songs, follow excuse me, pickle Rick, big chungus, but I'm ignoring it because it's a way of life, and Hawktua. Guys, please.
No, I'm gonna keep going. No, fuck you.
I don't think there's any other type of game that does something like this. But come on! TF2 is getting jumped by iFunny, Instagram, Twitter, and even other Redditors. I don't blame them for not caring that our game was dying to bots. Okay. Why?
This is wild to me.
Not caring that our
this is why I saw this tweet where, this is really funny because all these games have more online players than TF2. Yeah. Like, player count isn't directly related to the health or quality of the game, just to be clear, but people constantly trying to create a fight between TF2 and other games are either doing it for attention, or it has to come from insecurity. It has to.
our game was dying to bots. Okay. Why does this matter? Am I just being a stitched pink bitch? I mean, some of these memes do suck dick,
Stitched pink
but I'm
bitch.
not gonna stop these people from doing what they want to do. Even if these memes do come off as incredibly forced, people on the outside can perceive all of these memes as looking for attention.
Yeah,
like to remind
MySpace,
everyone
Skype
that TF2
is
is still
dead.
around. Is that the intention? Depends. I can't exactly blame people for wanting to do this, as the characters are charming, but from the outside looking in, I wouldn't be surprised if the game is perceived as having an annoying ass fandom.
It does. And that's just true. It does, like, from the outside looking in, for a lot of people, TF2 absolutely has an annoying fandom. And that annoying fandom, guaranteed, probably does not play the game. The vocal spheres surrounding Team Fortress 2 absolutely do not play the game on a regular basis. Call me crazy, but that's my observation. All the memes, all the viral posts, all that shit, guaranteed, mostly comes from people that do not play the game on a regular basis. I would be shocked if that wasn't true.
Basically, if these memes are being made to try and make the game relevant to the gaming mainstream, it ain't working. If it's to get upvotes, and to make any other gaming fandom hate us, or to crack the code of an algorithm, then good job, man. You did it.
You know TF2 can evolve, you dickhole.
Bruce Almighty.
I didn't even
I
understand
know
what he
that
said, hold on.
gaming fandom hate us, or to crack the code of an algorithm, then good job, man. You did it.
You know TF2 can evolve, you dickhole.
Bruce Almighty.
That's incomprehensible. What did he say? The closed captioning doesn't even hear, like, it can't even pick it up. TF2 can evolve? Is it TF2 can evolve? I don't know.
I know that. Hell, Valve has officially stated
there it
that
is.
TF2 has evolved
It's
with
evolved.
time. I cannot dislike the players that might like this new era of items and content.
TF2's art style has not evolved. TF2's art style was defined and set from day one since release. What has evolved is the quality control of the content that has been selected. TF2's art style has not changed. Its tone has not changed. Its stylization has not changed. What has changed is the quality of the content that's been put in the game. And as the years went on, and the quality of that content evolved, it has done nothing but degrade and take away from the game's art style. It's not an evolution. And ever since Valve said evolve, people have taken that to the extreme and have used that as an excuse to put shit like this in the game.
I can't exactly change the Zoomer's interest, or anyone's for that matter.
Stop with the
However,
Nikocano!
I can hopefully
Why?
remind everyone what TF2 was. It was supposed to be a great game, with great characters, with some pop culture. Now it's a decent game, with good characters,
I wouldn't even call it a decent game.
and mostly pop culture.
If you consistently play casual mode and nothing else, you're not playing a decent game.
The characters got downgraded since the taunts, and Meet Your Match basically flanderized them.
Thank God, like, that's something else he didn't discuss this at length, maybe not yet, he might get to it later, but the taunts, they're not even taunts, they're emotes, the fucking emote culture that has plagued this game and turned it into, like, a goofy party game is awful. Like, taunts are fine. Taunts are inherently okay so long as they're taunts and they elevate the character of the mercenaries. That's what a taunt should be. It shouldn't be Scout riding around on a fucking scooter or the medic riding a toy ambulance around. Those aren't taunts. Those are little activities to do. Those are activities. Those are activities that Valve placed in the game so you could waste your time while waiting for the game to fucking start. Because they added a whole bunch of useless fucking downtime before games start, so to keep you occupied and to keep the game on, here, you can drive a little toy car around while you wait for 2 minutes, so you can play the half-empty server of fucking Lakeside. Oh!
Go team, everybody! 6 trained killers, am I right? Best of the best, and best friends. We don't say it a lot, or at all, but we're all feeling it here, in our hearts. You know? The friendship.
He got ushered to evolve out of the era it was born in. For what? Money and attention. To be hip and not forgotten. People can change. I can change. You can change. Artwork shouldn't. And this one doesn't need to. Or at least, not anymore. We, however, can take aspects about what we love about TF2 and use that as inspiration. So I want you to remember what TF2 was. Or at least, understand what it was to a lot of people, not what it is now.
Yeah.
Either you can find comfort in the present without any concern for the future. Or you can strive to constantly make an effort to
Less stuff, show love to the lesser-known workshoppers, know where your food comes from, heavy facilitating of items, maps, chill with the TF2 circle jerk. Yes, well said.
be better prepared. I want you to look at all these new projects and modes. Then I want you to see these cosmetics. I want a line to be drawn on what kind of tattoos TF2 can bear before they begin to contort it. I'm aware that TF2 will have an end. I'm positive
No one person can set the line, that's the infuriating part, but it is very easy to see when that line has been crossed. And Valve should be the one to set that line, but they just kept pushing the goalpost further and further and further away. Or in this case, closer, so they could score the goal easier. The line is blurry, but the sides are not. I would say that's somewhat apt. Maybe a little blurry. We can, of course, we can argue until Kingdom Come as to how blurry the line is, but there is a line. We can concede that there is a line, for sure.
it will be played for decades by fans that are engrossed with the game. It will continue to live on in future pieces of media that reference it, even after all the current players die of old age. Believe me, if you're paranoid that the game will be forgotten, it will continue to live on.
And that's something that fascinates me as well, and something that I think about a lot. I wish we had more data for other games that are as old as Team Fortress 2, but when you look at TF2, half the player base started playing before Meet Your Match in 2016. And a large section of that player base has played since before the game went free-to-play. Or around since when the game went free-to-play. There is a very core, dedicated volume of people that just will never go away. Which is also very alarming to think about, too. That means TF2's player retention is fucking awful. A lot of people don't want to stick around, and there's multiple reasons why. You know? Just type the year you started playing in chat. $5 so Sesty forgives me. If you want an authentic early TF2 experience, go play TF2 Gold Rush. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing overwhelmingly split between before and after 2016. Overwhelming split between before and after 2016 just by scanning these numbers. And if I ran a poll, you know what, fuck it, let's run a poll. We'll do that right now. Rivals wins on the sexy ladies. But like, let's go for more consistently here. When did you start playing TF2? Before Meet Your Match, or after Meet Your Match? And for reference, Meet Your Match was July 7th, 2016. It's gonna be a damn near 50-50 split. Because every time this poll is taken, it's almost damn near 50-50. Yep, right off the bat. Almost smack dab at 50%. Right? So half the players are long-term dedicated players, and the other half, I'd imagine a lot of them probably have not been playing for a very long time, maybe a few years. It's because TF2's player retention is fucking awful. For a myriad of reasons, right? And that's why new content is not going to save this game. Because that's all Valve has been doing for the past 8 years is just new content. Hats, maps, toys, what have you. Unless Valve improves the gameplay, player retention is not going to go up, and TF2's core player base will likely stick around. Not really, actually no, TF2's, I should rephrase that. TF2's core player base will gradually keep dwindling, but by nature of TF2 being free to play, it's going to have that same constant flux of new players in and new players out. And the volume of players that are retained from that flux is going to stay very small. It's just going to continue to decline and decline and decline until it flatlines for the most absolute dedicated of players that will simply never go away. And I'm probably going to be one of them. So, thing is like this, it's not even like lying Zoomers in chat at all. Because like I've like this single question has been taken across multiple channels, multiple polls, and I've done this multiple times on my own channel. It's almost a clean 50-50 split in favor of people that started playing before and after Meet Your Match. And I guarantee if you did that with Overwatch, overwhelmingly it'd be newer players and not old ones. I would love to see data like that. I would love to see data. I don't think we have any. Like, I'd like to see a distribution of the year of when Overwatch players started. So. Or any other game that's lived a somewhat similar amount of time as TF2. So, let's keep going.
In other games, it doesn't need to have all this constant flow of content to live on. It just needs fixing.
Yes.
Valve, stop adding new rooms to this leaking house.
Yes.
Man, they're overreacting over pieces of content.
Listen, paid actor Pyro that has actual arguments that I have seen be said by the people. There is a race war going on between quick play and casual. If there's
There
a
it is.
debate going on between those two ways of playing the game, one being objectively better, because nobody likes waiting 2 minutes for a match to start, and Payload Race died because of it. Then
Yes, it's just true. Objectively, even without any changes, you can look back at the experience that Quick Play provided and acknowledge that it is unignorable that that experience was better. Through and through. Even without things like the Stim badge or the map vote, objectively better in more ways than one. It's not even a competition. Casual mode is fucking terrible, and anyone defending it is either ignorant or intentionally being obtuse. And yeah, Payload Race is fucking dead because of casual mode.
And there is no doubt that there can be a discussion between what TF2 can and cannot have in terms of what fits with its past.
Ancient
I've
comic.
said my piece about the game. I cannot change the past, but I can at least pray for a better future. However, praying isn't good enough for me. So, I hope I was able to tell you that TF2 can live and be remembered as TF2, so long as TF2 is treated like TF2, and not Team Fortress 2 Far Gone. I'm just one person
Clever.
with the time to make one more video about TF2. Will I be sad if there's an official statement stating that TF2 will no longer receive any support after Valve cleans up their mistakes?
No, I'd be happy because we just go back to community servers. And they'd be consistently populated until those people go away, which would probably be years.
Yes, but I will also be relieved. It can finally rest without anyone looking to turn this rainbow into their pot of gold. It might come off that I'm just
Okay, yes or no. Would you be happy if TF2 stopped receiving new toys? Just type yes or no. Would you be happy if we stopped receiving hats, maps, and usual effects taunts and they just stopped? Would you be happy or sad? Yes or no? Overwhelmingly yes. Well, it is bias in my chat, I know that much. But overwhelmingly yes, I think people are very sick and tired of the constant update cycle that we've had for the past 8 years. At this point, it's been more than enough. And if Valve stopped putting more in the game, people wouldn't be upset. And again, that just reinforces that people aren't here for the toys. We're here for the game. We're here to play the game, the good game that TF2 is. We're not here to open up the next fucking box for the next shitty, poorly modeled hat with an RGB gamer tornado effect. That's not what we're here for.
an old hippie, just trying to find some balance in a game that's gone totally insane. But I really don't want this game to become a husk of its former self.
It already
when
is.
there was some level of filtering.
It already is.
He's getting passionate about video games. What a loser.
Your attention is being diverted towards the wrong.
What? Was that what I think it was? Was that what I think it was? I hope it wasn't. I really hope that wasn't what I think it was. Hold on, I need it.
Passionate about video games. What a loser.
Your
If I hear noises, I'm gonna be really upset. If I hear noises in this next segment, I'm gonna be very upset.
Attention is being diverted towards the wrong thing. And instead of thinking that this drivel and shiny new car keys will
Oh god. Oh, it's horrible. Oh my god. Wow. I'm trying to stifle laughing so much my eyes are watering. Holy shit. Oh my god, that is fucking hilarious. Holy god. That's terrible. That is so terrible. Oh my god. Oh shit, that was great. I'm not gonna say it on stream. I'll leave that one for the people who know. I'll leave that one for the people who know. Oh my god.
bring TF2
That is fucking brutal.
back out of the ashes. Your attention needs to be redirected towards making TF2 what it once was. The most fun you could have online. And coincidentally, that tagline was used back in 2011. Bring back quick play, less forced references, quality control, add gameplay that is founded on the base of TF2. If you are actively creating items that will fish for views and upvotes from people that don't even know any better, like TF2 fans that have never played TF2, or players that grew up with the Two-Punch Man,
I don't need to pause this part, I'm just gonna let it play.
then I need to tell you to pull up your shirt and look down. You honestly should be ashamed of yourself. Sorry not sorry that I cannot be Steven Universe and say that the best version of TF2 is the version that you like the best. TF2's best was when it was at least TF2.
Richter, no, he does not eat up the mobster and shit. He concedes that it should not be in the game, don't worry.
Funny enough to chuckle at, and somewhat visually intact, and not balls to the wall of trying to appeal to the esports scene, or to people that only live through memes and media. So basically, before Meet Your Match. Or 2012 if I have to give a year.
Ted?
Valve,
Okay.
work on your game. And while you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and work on myself. I need to continue to go further and further to reach whatever goals I might have for this journey while expressing myself. But I cannot expect TF2 to evolve with my tastes. Don't.
That was a really, really good rant. Holy shit. That was fantastic. I had no need to pause that part because it's just true. This guy is saying what so many of us have had in our heads for a very long time. We're fucking fed up. We want Valve to actually work on this game and start doing good things again. Enough with the fucking awful neglect. Actually give us good content. Fix your fucking game. Get rid of the awful casual mode system. Make the game play better. And stop picking dog shit for content. Stop it. It sucks. And this just goes to show, it's okay to say it. You can say it all you want. What's gonna happen? Reddit's gonna get mad at you? Well, Reddit's gonna say mean things to me. Someone on Twitter's gonna call me a doo-doo head. Well, fuck these people. Demand better from the multi-billion-dollar company. I don't think that's asking for too much.
worry, I'm not gonna go on hiatus again. You better not think I'm leaving because the game is turning 18 years old. Believe me, I don't own any TF2 trading websites. I'm leaving because I know what's good for me. I'm just taking.
Oh, this guy's great. Oh, this guy's fucking great. Holy shit. Man, that's awesome. God, if you, okay, go subscribe to this guy immediately. Please go like his video and go subscribe to his video. Go subscribe to his fucking channel now. Holy God, that was fucking hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, I love this guy.
Taking my felt and needles to the next stage. Not because the game is dead to me. I'm still gonna play it. It's because I cannot be bound to the subject for how many more months or years? If I wish to grow from this opportunity, like the audience like you have given me, then I need to go. Artists like attention.
Yep, you sir you are incredibly talented. Your editing is top notch. Whatever you're doing in Blender with these puppet animations, I don't even, how the fuck do you even do this? It's insane how high quality his videos are. Like, this whole scene that he built, the animations, the expressions, is fucking phenomenal. This guy is got an insanely bright future. Get out. I told you this last time. Get the fuck out of TF2 if you want to keep growing. Get out. Now. As soon as you can. I know you want to do another video or two, but bail. You have so much potential. And go support this guy's endeavors, because he's gonna keep making good stuff. I guarantee it. That's like that. Just if this is what we have from this guy now, imagine where he's gonna be in a year or two.
Hence why art shows are called exhibitions. Since artwork should never change to fit with your own views, or to try to keep your attention fixed on it 24/7, there's a silver lining behind having to leave a beloved piece of art. The moments that you had during that time can become real if you internalize its lessons and take them to the real world. There, they can live forever through your actions. That way, any influences that you have soaked up can reach the whole world. Even still, I could never leave you behind. I can never forget the things that you have taught me, like helping Bloop figure out who Bloop is. I hope you're alive and well. This next step might be a little daunting for me, as I fear I might lose what I've built up. It might not look like
you'll be fine.
lot, but it's definitely a lot more than what I expected.
No, inevitably when you start branching out and doing things other than TF2 content, you will lose people. That's just a matter of reality, right? But you'll be fine. Trust me. Your editing quality alone is going to carry you very far. You're fine. You've really solid writing, solid animation. Everything's great. You're going to be fine. Take the plunge and you'll do okay.
But I can't give up without giving it a whirl. I can't come up with excuses about why I can't win. If I've got even a little chance, I'll try to do that then. It's just time for us to meet more great people, and keeping the show going by getting ready for the next stage. Like, comment, and subscribe.
This land is...
This guy's great. Fantastic video. Is there more at the end? Is it all credits? It's all credits. Fantastic work. Beautiful. A+ video. S+ video. Jesus. Wow. I am glad I watched that today. That was fantastic. Once again, go like and subscribe and give this guy support. I'll post the link one more time just so people have it. I spilled my drink. No, I didn't. We're good. There it is. Go give this guy some support, because holy shit. Again, this guy has just been saying what so many of us have had in our minds. And I'm happy that more people, more insanely talented people that can absolutely garner audiences, are willing to be more critical of not only Valve, but the players as well. Especially the players that enable Valve and let them get away with what they do. Seriously, like, thank God we have more people voicing this shit. It is a comfort. It gives me a little bit of hope that we can, even though it's been years, thank God I have a little bit of hope. It seems like we can swing back a little bit and get people going in a better direction when it comes to demanding for better for Team Fortress 2. So many other game communities do this. TF2 should not be the exception, because Valve is not a teddy bear. Valve is not a teddy bear. They're not the same company that loves their customers like they once did in 2007. Exactly. Our apathy has caused the position that we are in. We, the customers, have a lot more power than we let ourselves on to believe. We just have to use it. And it starts with voicing your thoughts. Fantastic stuff. I missed a couple donations, I'm sorry. What I missed? That ain't happening. The shockwave that would ensue on the virtual economies of their games would be devastating. That's in reference to TF2 shutting down. Yeah, Valve will not shut down Team Fortress 2. That's just full stop. They will never do that, because it would be catastrophic for their multi-billion-dollar microeconomy machine. Little late. If Blue Archive was truly as degen as some people make it out to be, it'd be blocked or even illegal in Texas. Yeah, that's true. Hi, sorry. Hi, Zesty, sorry. This doesn't have anything to do with the video, but I've heard of the Stop Killing Games initiative. Yes, I have. I spoke about this earlier at the stream. And just to briefly summarize, fully support it. Fantastic. It's, and I fully agree with everything that it says. If you guys have not looked into the Stop Killing Games initiative, highly recommend that you go check it out and inform yourselves, and fuck the pirate software guy who is trying to shit all over it. But yeah, there you go. Ross Scott is indeed a legend. So I'll play the credits and keep the music going, or keep the music muted as I talk with y'all. So, there you go. My throat hurts. I've been talking too much. Imagine TF2 that doesn't have traders influencing the in-game market and game that doesn't need drama to make stuff happen. It is a little bit sad that it takes YouTubers and not just a natural kickback and a natural reaction to the game's treatment in order for people to make noise. It takes a YouTuber movement, famous names to get people talking about this crap, you know? That's also something that frustrates me. If that's how it needs to get done, then so be it, right? If that's how it needs to get done, then so be it. But good God, if that's what it takes, it's very depressing. I don't know what SKG is. Oh, sorry, Stop Killing Games. No, sorry, I'm stupid. No, I'm probably not going to make a video about it. It's not really my place. It's a little outside of my lane, and I probably won't do that. Oh, Bloop's here. Hey, man. Thanks, everyone, for support. Don't worry, I'll be doing the first non-TF2 video after this one. I wish I could have gone into detail about some topics, but animating 30 minutes is already too much. Dude, fucking... The fact you cranked this out in the amount of time since your last one, holy fuck. Your work ethic is nuts. It's gotta be fucking crazy to do this kind of shit, man. You are insanely talented, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. You are indeed amazing, as someone has pointed out in chat. Fantastic. And we wish you all the best, my good man. Keep up the good work, truly. Do you think if hypothetically someone like Soundsmith did a bring back quick play video, Valve would somehow listen? Not directly, but if people like Dane or Soundsmith or Solarlight, really big channels, suddenly came out and said, "Oh, hey, yeah, TF2 did used to be better when we had quick play," you would suddenly get a lot of people supporting Valve bringing back quick play, regardless of whether or not they actually know what it is, simply by nature of people tending to, you know, kind of go with the flow and parrot what YouTubers say, right? But it would also give it the much-deserved attention that it needs and just clue more people in, right? Clue more people into like, oh, wow, maybe there is actually something wrong with the game, and it's worth acknowledging. So... No, yeah, and Bloop, you're right. Like, and I agree with you. The VIP mode is fun. It's cool. It's really amazing that people can do so much with VScript and what have you. But it's also somewhat annoying that, like, okay, just because it's cool and just because it's fun, that doesn't automatically mean it can be allowed into the game. So, that's unfortunate. It is really annoying, but what are you gonna do? What's my feed? I don't know. I'm not logged in on this browser, so I have no idea what it's showing me. It's just showing me a bunch of random crap, so I got nothing. Too bad you're not in bed with a tuber circle. They don't want to be seen sharing your opinions. No, that is unfortunate, right? It does suck that I'm the loudest voice when it comes to these things, and simply by nature of me being a controversial figure, no one would dare express an opinion that's even remotely similar to mine for fear of backlash. So, and this is something that these guys have said directly to me, to my face. So, it's unfortunate that they'd rather forego improving the game out of fear of making themselves look bad simply because we can both acknowledge that the sky is blue. Very frustrating. So, very silly. Anyways, I gotta go. I have another piece of business to attend to. So, I really appreciate all you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Really awesome video. Once again, Bloop, keep up the good work, man. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Insanely talented. We wish you the best. Bless you, my good sir. Keep it up. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for all of the donations today. One more coming in right now. Speaking of the poll, the TF2 knock off on Roblox tries to emulate post Meet Your Match TF2, and it's as AIDS as you would think it is. Yeah, figures. So, thank you for that donation and all the others. Your support is lovely. And what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to re-upload me reacting to other people's videos. I'm going to upload that as a separate video, standalone on its own. I'm going to trim out the fat and kind of cut off the beginning and end and kind of the dead air, and then start uploading that as a separate video just for the people that weren't here if they want to kind of sit down and not have to dig through the live stream tab. So, gonna start doing that. It's more content for y'all. Yes, it's repetitious, but also gives people an opportunity to check it out more readily after the stream's over. Hopefully people don't get too pissed off by that, but we'll see. Naturally, all credit goes to the people, the person who made the video that I'm watching, and naturally, all proper accreditations will be made in the pinned comment and video description, all that jazz. But I'm going to start doing that more often because people really genuinely enjoy it when I do this. And if I can stretch a 30-minute video into 2.5 hours of content, then I think that's fair. So, hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys probably next week, because I'm going out of town on Thursday for 4th of July, and I won't be back until Sunday. So, stream again next week. Have another video in mind, we'll check that out then. And until then, oh, also summer updates probably going to come after 4th of July, so we have that to look forward to, and we'll check that out on stream as well. And if you want notifications for when I go live, join the Discord linked in the description below. You can't talk in there, but you get notifications for when I go live, when I upload videos, all that jazz. That's it. Goodbye.